Well, good evening. How is everyone tonight? We are going to have a great show. I'm a little early. I'm about 5 minutes early. So the guys and people should be showing up relatively. If you are a creator in this program, or I'm going to make that call first. If you are a curator in this program, you're more than welcome to join this stream. If you are not a creator in this program, you may be able to have a chance. We're going to, of course, fill it up first with creators. And then about the half-hour mark, I'm going to allow some fans coming in. If you've come and helped us, you can come and jump in. But we'll just know that we may replace you with one of the stuff. We want fans on this. We want everybody on this. If you're watching this in private, message me. I'm going to try to get this live. We have 93 minutes left. I'm going to try to get us some comments here all set up. It takes a minute because Facebook is weird. So we'll see all that. So how is everybody doing? We are on our way to finishing this baby off. We need $700 more to get to where we need to go. Which is super exciting. $700 more. $700 more will get us that wonderful. Will get us that wonderful dark cover that we've been talking about for the last couple of days. It has been an exciting campaign. People are sending me messages right now, to get in. So we'll be adding them. I just got to set the privacy. I wouldn't mind joining. Okay. All right. We got the link right here. Setting it out to everyone. Let me check the backyard. Okay. Oh, we've got the one, the only. Oh, you can. Right?
Yep.
What are we drinking?
Good old Heineken. Dependable Heineken.
We've got the classic, the Guinness.
I like Guinness too. I haven't had any recently, but good stuff. We
have been joined by Emily. So now we got to stop drinking because we're gonna. Oh, she dressed up for this. Look at that. Oh, how nice!
Special occasion.
I like it.
We look so terrible by comparison.
So
I dressed down.
Shines everybody, right?
So, just to fair warn you guys, I'm having one of those crappy computer nights, so things may get crazy. So be prepared.
Right. So I'm going to take over if you
yes,
hop out.
If I leave, I'm the one who looks the most like you anyway. So.
Right. Exactly. Actually, I think I can.
I don't know. 70 calories in this thing.
So who we got here? We got James, who says howdy ho. James, you are a creator. You're more than welcome to join us. Hello, Trisha. Hello, Trisha's been fantastic support this whole time. We love Trish. Trisha's great. James says howdy ho. I know he just asked for the link, so he'll be joining us momentarily. Mike James Renzo, Trisha's significant other, is here. They separate, which is nice. Brian Silverbacks says we are killing it. You are also a creator. We would love to have you here and see that new page. My goodness, my Guinness. Damn right. But yeah. So we are in the last hours, guys. So we're going to be hanging out for an hour and a half. You guys don't have to stay the whole time. I'm going to be here as we wrap up the Cthulhu Invades Oz Kickstarter. It has been super exciting. Hi, Wendy.
I'm so glad that this thing funded. I mean, the last few days I was really worried that it wasn't going to hit its goal.
Right.
And I wiping away the sweat on this one whenever they finally hit that funding goal.
Yeah. Absolutely. We've been added. JW has been added to the stream.
Hello.
James. What's interesting about James is literally the last person added to this project.
It's like the last person that's drafted, Mr. Irrelevant.
And you said you're working on it. Will you be able to show us a little bit tonight or no?
If my other computer decides to work with me, it decides to freeze right when I decide to come on. So as long as it gets back up and running, I should have something.
Matt says, Hody hi. Matt, you are more than welcome to join us. Just send me a private message. I'll send you the link. Legendstorm TV says 2 hours remaining in this Kickstarter. No, it's an hour and a half, my friend. An hour and a half. We were done at 11:30. Daniel said it was definitely down to the wire. It was down to the wire, but not really, because once we hit that goal, like the floodgates were open, right? Like,
yeah, we hit it solid. I mean,
yeah, I think much like Kurt, some people lost faith that it was going to happen.
I didn't lose faith. I was worried. My hands were shaking. I wanted this thing to fund.
Hi, Riley. We got Mr. Jerome. We've got the Canadian Destroyer here.
How are you guys?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy that we got this thing funded. So proud of this book.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, if you guys see this, please share it out. Share Cthulhu Invades. Make sure you share it out to people. Why we're doing this? Because while we're doing this, we can't be sharing. So we got to make sure that everything's good. So, anything you guys can do to help. Andrew says he was scared too. Wait, Jerome, are you wearing a tuxedo shirt?
No. I have one. I should have, but
I was hoping you were wearing a tuxedo shirt, so you dressed up like Emily, like you and Emily.
Yeah. Actually, I never thought of it, but I have one.
Is that what they really mean by Canadian tuxedos?
I guess so.
So like I said today, my internet is a little crazy. I think you guys can still hear me, right? And see me?
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so on another tab.
The bubbles here.
James is back driving again. He is not. Taco Bell is ready to go.
Still working it.
So wait. Last night he was lying.
How did he
said
arrive yesterday?
Terrible.
How many hours a day that this guy is in his truck, his car, or?
I'm always in this car.
Do you leave it sometime, or?
He's trying to be Travis.
See, it's what you can't see is the mattress behind him that he sleeps in.
Wendy said I just shared.
I spend about 3 hours a day driving, so the only time I get to have fun and be a part of this is unfortunately in my car.
Hey, Jonathan.
Oh, we got Jonathan Henry. We got Stoney. We got some top-selling comic book creators in here. The rest of us are slumming it as Stoney and Jonathan just hit the charts every week with their recounts and their villainous.
Congrats on the recounts, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Oh, he even put his. Do I got to put my banner up? Is this a competition? I took mine down, but I can put it back up.
Keep your pants on, Travis.
Hey, Jonathan's just like one big one, pick the big.
Definitely keep your pants on.
Oh, hey, nice. Hey, people showing up in the last hour. Very awesome.
Wait, my cat's over here.
Jerome, this is the first time I've seen Jerome. This is the first time I've seen your face. Like,
what do you look like? See, you're a real person.
I've seen you a couple of times.
Face to face, so to speak.
Yeah. And I've known Kurt for a long time now, a couple of years, and it's the first time we talk, actually.
Yeah.
Long time.
What do you think of all the nice people, man?
So this is cat time. If you have a cat, please bring them up.
I shut all of mine out of the room.
He wants down so bad, you can tell.
Jonathan, can you do me a favor and send Brian Silverback the link?
Yeah, I can do that. 1 sec.
I'm not sure if we can get in. Can we get more than 8? I don't know if we can. We'll find out.
Oh, we got to get the Brady Bunch thing going on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think that's just a different setting, though. Oh, yeah. So we can fit him. But yeah.
Jerome gets to be the maid.
You're Alice. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Sorry, what?
That's the way it works out.
You're the Whoopi Goldberg. Better square.
We're playing Hollywood Squares. That's never understood that game. You'll have to explain it to me.
I like how we keep Emily in that corner so that every time Peter leans in, he's covered up by Cthulhu.
Right.
It is absolutely perfect.
Mhm.
It's always backwards, so I always point to you and I point the wrong way.
I never showed up in the last hour. Been here since the beginning. Notice y'all because Chuck Beaner. Awesome. Glad to have you. And Brian Silver also bring up the banner. Clearly, I'm not a professional. I have a banner.
Now I need a banner. I didn't even.
I have to break mine out, but mine goes this
good?
way instead of that.
Pull it up.
This isn't the first time I've been on a live stream. If anyone doesn't know,
Your board behind you is gonna fall, Travis.
Just leave it go.
Yeah,
We're all going to take
your
bets to see
environment.
how long it takes.
Oh, crap. Did I break it?
Probably.
Way to go.
It's fixed. It's fixed.
I was afraid we would have to put up another stretch goal to fix your board.
Yeah. My wife will leave me because of the cardboard box. Like, I can't handle it. But we're in the last stretch goals, guys. We are trying to get $700 more. So if you guys know anybody with $700, now's the time.
Well, we have that painting we can sell to sell.
We have a painting. I'm sure Brian Silverback can help. He'll sell some of his original art for whatever. How much?
shit, I got rent due, man.
No, I'm not saying I won't give you the money, bro. I'm just saying, like, for the pool.
No, I don't have them at the ready.
Unprepared.
I do have. I just
So
I just did
unprofessional.
the owl thing. I got the owl piece in the scanner over there.
Right. Which looks great, by the way. If you haven't seen the share, we'll definitely share that in a little bit. The owl pieces looks great.
Are we allowed to cuss? Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay on.
You already.
Don't fucking offend Emily. All right.
But somebody on fucking Instagram accused me of tracing that fucking owl.
I saw that, Brian. Dude, shots fired.
And what's weird is that guy follows me and shares my stuff. Like, he's been a silverbacker for a while now. I don't understand why he would say that I traced this owl. The toes are fucked up.
Get the channel 9. It's really.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you live draw a little bit of it while you were watching Survivor Series?
Well, yeah, but let me show you. I think this may be what leads to him thinking I'm tracing, because ignorance is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Brian's wound up tonight.
So-
Outface looks good.
Speaking of Brian cussing, I was listening to a podcast he was on last night, and they were trying not to say Star Bastards because they were talking about the Loggerhead Star Bastards crossover.
Mhm.
So they were calling it SB, but when Brian would talk, he could say, "Yeah, Star Bastards," blah blah blah.
No, that's I asked Joey about that, and Joey said it is specifically he's not comfortable saying it.
Because it's kids, yeah.
But I'm okay, and I made sure because we do a little pre-show meeting, and I'm like, "What is it? You're not fucking cussing, man. What's going on?" And whatever. All right. So for anyone that doesn't know, the way that I work is I do a digital drawing on my computer. I'll print it out on a piece of paper backwards so that I can light box it and not have all the erased lines and all the sketch lines and stuff. So this was the sketch that I printed out. I did it digitally, and I printed it out. So it's not. I'll put it up here so you can see. It's not even close. It's just kind of like all sketchy, right? And then I light box it, and I ink the other side of the piece of paper, right? So when I had it on the light box like this, I had the light shining through it, so I could see the lines. And I told people, I was like, "Hey, I'm using a light box.
Yeah, you're using your own drawing."
I drew my own shit." But this is the owl. So
But who did you steal the sketch from? Is a real question.
Okay, so speaking of that,
It's on the tablet.
I've never drawn an owl before, right? So I wanted to get this angle, this worm's eye view angle of how to draw an owl, because I don't know how the muzzle, how the beak, I don't know how to draw this.
Right.
And I don't know how far the cheeks come out to put the eyes in the eye socket. So none of that stuff I know from this angle. So I Googled research. So if you can find where I found this fucking picture to trace it, please send it to me, because I'd like to correct some stuff that I've got going on here. This toe is humongous and way out of proportion. It was supposed to be forced perspective, but I went a little too far with that front toe, and it's a little bit big. So
maybe you got stung by one of the worker bees.
Maybe.
Oh, we can add more people. Let's keep adding people. Oh, and he's got the tuxedo dressed up for the occasion.
Ooh. Travis, I went upstairs because I heard the despair in your voice that nobody was wearing a tuxedo shirt, so that they were dressed up like Emily. So I went upstairs, dug out my freaking tuxedo shirt just for you, man.
I'll take my shirt off.
That's respect right there.
I don't want everybody to run away.
That's a Yankees hat, which is far more offensive to me. And
my wife heard
a Trump hat all day.
My wife heard I was taking my shirt off, and she ran downstairs with a handful of ones. I don't know what.
Eddie.
Edney, you're more than welcome to join us. You are the cover artist of this amazing cover. Danny, you're more than welcome to join. Does he speak English, Jerome?
Etienne?
Yeah, Etienne. I can't even say his name.
Yeah.
Just send me the link, or Jerome, and we can send you the link. So what we're going to do, we're going to take just a minute and just kind of go around the room, say what you guys did in the project. Again, for those who are watching, share this out. Let people know we're on here. We got 77 minutes left. Trying to get some additional funding. Oh, we got another $10, guys. Well, we at least need to get 2 more backers because that gets us to 600. We at least got to get to 600. I mean, I think that is a must. Same thing with Stephanie. If you want a link, Danny, I can send you a link in just a second. Remember, if we get full, we'll just switch people in and out. No big deal. Actually, Steph's got the link because I sent it to Danny. So let's just start going around the room. Kurt, tell people what you did.
I wrote the charge of the Lollipop Guild that was drawn by Michael Barker, colored by Michael Barker, and Jerome doing the letters on it. I mean, of course, he's doing the letters on everything. But yeah, that was my story.
You also did the main image. Which I think
the promo image of the guys in the balloon that are shooting at Cthulhu.
Yeah, so I messaged Kurt middle of the night and said, "Hey, I need you to do something for me." And he's like, "I'm extremely busy. What do you need?"
And then I tell you why that happens, because sometimes at the last minute, if your shit sounds interesting, I'm willing to get in trouble for the stuff I'm supposed to be doing if I can draw something cool.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Or the money's right.
But I realized that all of our major images were up and down, even the ones in the book. You guys all did full page spreads and not across. So I really wanted to, have an image. So I was like, I need to create something. So I messaged Kurt, "Hey, Kurt," because Kurt, even though he wrote in this part, he's a fantastic artist. That Stephen King thing is amazing. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but it's amazing.
It's crazy.
That thing was insane and fun, and I never want to have to do that again.
So what he did, how many full pages was it?
35.
35 pages did a
I drew 5 images on the last day for it.
It's insane.
So make like a full poster size image that if I wanted to, I can make like prints and stuff out of it and sell those. So I wanted it really square and rectangular, and print
Right.
size, something I could actually print up.
Hey, Prof Parkel, this is awesome. That is correct. Peter, we're going to skip you, though. Peter is doing something. Peter is doing the final proofs, we decided. He's going to give one look. Since he's been in all our video chats, like he's been Emily's guide, make sure that, Brian Silverback doesn't say something too offensive.
That's a full-time job.
I managed to do that by reminding everybody at the beginning of every stream. She's probably heard worse come out of my mouth earlier in the day anyway.
But to be fair, Chuck was live a couple of times as well.
Chuck is a saint and would never swear.
Yeah, right.
Wendy's letting us know $5.99.
$5.99. One more.
We need one back here now.
Oh, so someone is trying to enter the studio, but it's full. You can't even hold it in the background? No, we're not going to ask anybody to leave. So, Danny, you're going to have to wait, brother. I'm sorry.
No, tell you what, Travis. I'm the
What?
one that's kind of being quiet because I'm driving and whatnot. So I want to tell everybody thank you for being a part of this. I will gladly bow out so Danny can go ahead and get in. Because my stuff is kind of cutting in and out as I'm traveling anyway. I want to say congratulations and everything. And Travis, thanks for letting me be a part of this, bro.
Dude, thank you. Absolutely. I'm going to give you a little highlight here as I look at my face. But yeah, James created the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful piece of the Wheelers, which I think makes the book. It really helped make the book. So thank you for being part of this. Thank you for being part of the super Kickstarter, like way bigger than any one of us ever expected. So it's amazing.
Yeah. It went really great. Everybody, thank you for being a part of it. And I've enjoyed every minute of doing these videos and helping out with the project. I will see you guys later.
All right. Thank you.
See you, James.
Good luck. We believe in you.
You can make it to your destination. All right. So, Danny, you can come in now. Emily.
Yes.
Tell us who you are. We already met your daddy.
Yes. He's there. So, anyway, I'm Emily. I did the first comic in the novel, and it's called The Sellout. And it's where Dorothy, she's living her life in Kansas, doing what she usually does when she keeps coming across Lovecraftian creatures. And she reacts to them like she would react to, the creatures of Oz, which are usually friendly and goofy and lovable, except they slowly get more and more, like mean and stuff. And so she meets the worst of them all, and she has to choose between giving up Oz or, like saving her family and Earth and stuff. So she gives them the shoes.
And Earth and stuff. Just
Shut up.
Spoiler.
I'm trying my best.
You're doing just fine.
Jonathan Hendricks, Mr. Recount, Mr. Top 10, Mr. My book is $19 on the high, $12 on the low.
That's because I bought all the copies. You can't see it, but there's a chair of just recount, stacks of recount, and I'm just sitting on there like, ha, 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 driving up the market value. But yeah, I wrote the Tin Man story, Heart of Rust, with art by Robbie Bragdon and colors by Sunil Gagar. He's also the colorist on the recount. So hashtag promoted.
All right, Jerome.
Hey, wait a
Jerome
minute.
did
No,
everything.
go to someone else. I'm writing. I'm
That moment.
Are you
Jerome's probably lettering someone's
I'm not
comic
wearing
book
pants
right now. Odds are Jerome's lettering something.
Jerome,
Not right now. Maybe later.
Let's go to the guy who dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, that's right. What's going on, everybody? So my name is Matt Knowles. I am one half of Insymmetry Creations with Steph Cannon, who's down in the chat. We do Tales from Nocturnia, Heirs of Isildur. So the way we got into the book was different than most people. We kind of got in a reverse fashion. Travis was like, hey, man, I've got this art that's done. I want you guys to write something for it. And we wanted to make sure that we did something that was a little different. It's the worker bee thing that he has on there. And so we said, how can we do something that's not going to be what everybody else is going to do? And we actually turned it into an infomercial for yellow brick remediation. And all of the worker bees actually work for a remediation company that go out there and fix everything that is happening or trying to sell you to go use their service.
Yeah, well, one of the things that was really interesting about Matt's story is Matt was one of the earliest people to hear about the story. I went up to his table at Daytona when I first came up with this idea and informed him that he wouldn't be in it and that I apologized to him.
Hey man, I got this very cool idea. You're not gonna be in it. Wow.
Congratulations, you're not going to be in the book.
Well, I had asked my super list of the people who I really wanted, like the higher level, like higher tier people in it, and I was just like, guys, they're gonna say no, and then we'll get you in. Like, it's no big deal, but I want to ask them first because they only have this many slots. And then we asked them, and they said yes, which kind of messed everything up. You want to talk about that, Matt? I think that's a funny story.
It was actually kind of funny because it was, we were at Daytona, and Steph and I were on one side. Travis had filled in the spot. Travis wasn't even supposed to be at Daytona, and he took over.
I was supposed to be there, just not that spot.
Okay, well, you took over David Byrne's spot, and then Joel Rodriguez was right beside us. And you looked at both. There's like, hey, guys, just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing this Cthulhu Invades Oz thing. And I know you guys are both busy, so you're not going to be in it. Because Joel was just doing one of the Kickstarters for Tuscany Chronicles. We were just finishing up the Kickstarter and the fulfillment for the Heirs of Isildur 268-page trade and issue 11 and getting Nocturnia going. We were just about to start the Tales from Nocturnia 2 campaign, get some other projects. So we knew we were busy, and he was just like, hey, guys, I know you're busy, not going to be in there. We're like, oh, okay. And then we sulked off and cried in the corner. Next thing you know, he's like, I feel bad for you. You can do this one-pager. And now everything is lovey-dovey. That's kind of it. Not really.
Yo,
but
I got a pretty page too. No, I'm just
Well, and the thing is, like, I went with such humility, like, because I felt so bad because I'm like, you guys are my boys. Like, we're all walking this thing together. But, like, I really want to do it. There's a couple of people who I really wanted to get it. Kurt was one of the guys who I really wanted to get because Kurt was doing source one. Like, that was when Rotten Tail was starting to pick up, like, to be a thing. I wanted to get Dirk Manning at the time. I changed my opinion on that later. I got Richard Rivera, got a whole bunch of people. Jonathan Crother, we got, so it was really, really cool. But I wanted some new names in there, like not just the old hat. Because at the time, every show was Joel Rodriguez, David Byrne, Matt and Steph. Like, we were the old guard, So it's interesting. All right, cool. Who else we got here? Mr. Excitement, Mr. Monday Night. Brian,
All right. My name's Brian. I drew 10 pages for David Byrne's story on Pumpkinhead, Jack Pumpkinhead. I guess the order matters. So I did the 10 pages of Jack Pumpkinhead, turned that in like a year ago, and then I got hit with Danny's story yesterday or the day before.
like 3 days ago.
Like Sunday.
Yeah, well, Danny sends me this thing. He's like, "Oh, here's this 20-page. Here's this 20-panel page." Travis said 20 panels on a page is how you do it.
So I have the receipt. The only reason, and I'm not blaming Jonathan Hedrick. I'm not blaming him.
Gotta take the cap off, Emily.
But I texted John because I was like, John, you're a great comic writer. Let me get your opinion. How many panels do you typically go on average? He's like, on average 5 to 6, which was the answer I was expecting.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
you would think that you could read fucking comic books and find the answer, but go ahead.
And then he goes, but if you only got one page, you should go 9. And I was like, well, the legend told me to do it. So I got to do it.
if you were writing The Watchmen, I would say that 9 panels per page is a good way to go. But maybe not for a guy that's trying to like help you out. And
I know.
Okay, so let me give you a little story here. So there's 9 panels on this page. 9 panels on this page. And like 2 of the scenes are a fucking bird flying over the city, looking down at a crowded city, all the buildings and shit. And then he lands in the middle of the city on a panel that's going to be this big. Like, I immediately just paused, punched my dog in the face, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to talk to Danny about this because this shit ain't happening.
You know, sometimes there's just overambition, and it happens, and you know.
So to fast forward to where we are now, I talked to Danny, and I was like, hey, so what's the message of the story? And I know that this is his writing contribution. I don't want to tell another writer how to write, but I said, I think we can do the story that you're trying to do with a different setup that will allow me to focus on I wanted to draw this fucking owl big. So I didn't want that to go to waste because I thought it would be a nice, fun piece. So I was like, here's my suggestion. Here's how I think it can work. And then Danny worked with the layout that I gave him. And then he said, let's do it. And then now I've got a traced owl.
Right. Hey,
Tracer.
Silverback over here is acting like having 3 days is not long enough. Silverbacks has done 2 different covers for us. He's done 2 different covers for us, and I kid you not. There was Steph and I were like, we need to talk to Brian Silverbacks. This is a Wednesday evening. We were like, we need to talk to Silverbacks to do a variant cover. I don't remember if it was the Heirs of Isildur one or for Tales from Nocturnia. Talked to him on Wednesday night. He's like, yeah, I got an idea. I'll let you guys know what I think on this thing. I'll get you something. We literally released that cover Friday morning because it was the concepted, colored, penciled, everything done. And that was like the longer of the 2. The second one you were done the same day with the cover.
That was young Silverback though, dude. That was before he was hot, you know?
No. Yeah, that's what it is. No, but so right now at this very moment, I am knee deep in commissions and work that I'm trying to get done. I'm trying to fill a Kickstarter of my own. Like I should not be taking the time to do this, but I was like, I could take a break.
And I appreciated it because, like, I talked about it with a couple friends of mine, and it's like, I could have a 1-page story in an anthology, and people be like, "Oh, that's cool. Who drew it?" And I could be like, "Joe Schmo," you know. But I'm going to be able to say Brian Silverbacks, and people are going to be hyped. Like, people are going to know who that is.
They're like that Tracer.
You're gonna make that loggerhead, dude. Tracer.
I love it. So what I love about this whole thing is Brian Silverback goes, I did 10 pages with David Byrne. It was great. Jack Buckethead. And then 10 minutes of Danny's 1 page is the most miserable thing.
Because, all right, I will address that. I don't know if you guys know.
A 1-page story is always harder than a multi-page story. You have to fit so much stuff in there.
Well, I'm also old as shit. So for me to remember something that I did last year, maybe not going to happen. So this just happened like 2 days ago. I literally finished this page this morning. I finished this page before lunch, and then I took the afternoon off and started doing Kickstarter stuff.
And that page is.
I'm honestly really happy with the way everything turned out. It looked really great. I'm proud of that page.
No, and I honestly want to say I'm super appreciative of John even like taking the time to give me any words of suggestions. Like, I'm not saying that the 9 panels was a bad idea. I think no. Everybody laugh.
No, you're saying it's a bad idea. You are.
The 9-panel idea allowed me to think of what I wanted to do, and then Brian allowed me to make it work in smaller portions. So,
Danny, had I known you wanted Brian to draw 9 one-page splashes on one
I want to
page,
thank you for this opportunity.
I would have given you a different suggestion.
To speak my truth.
All right, so first is panel 1 is going to be the skyline.
I will say, me and Brian agreed on the establishing shot. So, like, you know, like I'm gonna pat myself, like, you know, we agreed on the establishing shot. So.
All right, but Danny doesn't know how good a salesman I am. He didn't, like, we didn't come to that agreement. I sold him on that because I'm that fucking good. I know exactly what I want, and I'm going to make you believe that it's your idea. I'm Dwight Schrute, making you think that you didn't tell you enough. That's what I did to speak my truth.
All right, we're gonna move to Stony for a minute because we need to take a break from the
I
shenanigans.
should follow that up, Stony.
I just want to let you know that you can buy that page from Brian Silverback right now. It's only $500, but there's
not
also
even a whole page. It's just this. Everything else is digital.
Right. Again, for the digital, it's $500, and for the actual thing, it's additional $500, and then a $200 aggravation fee. So for a quick $1,200, we can get you that page today. This is your first page, man. You don't want to mess around. Don't miss out on this opportunity.
What if I just take a screenshot of my screen? Do I have to pay him $50 for like screen capping my screen?
Page, you're gonna want that page, all right? Like.
Well, if somebody traced it, I want to know.
That was part of his plan too. He planned to get called a traitor.
He's just that good.
Stony Williams, the person who should be coloring that page, the only person who should be coloring that page.
I am so glad I was here for that conversation. Like this. My name is Stony Williams. I'm actually a writer for Villainous from Mad Cave Studios. On shelves now. And I'm friends with David Galliano, who also works for Mad Cave, and he's friends with Travis. And David called me up one day and said, "Hey, I'm on this anthology, and I don't want you to show me up, so I'm not going to let you write anything, but how would you like to color my story?" And I jumped at it. I was so excited. I get to work with Craig Florence's art, and we did a story called The Watch, starring TikTok, the Mechanical Man. And I've had an amazing experience, and I can't believe I'm here. And with all of these wonderful people and next to their names, it's incredible.
JW.
Oh.
James.
Hello. Well, I am JW Sims, and I'm the Mr. Irrelevant. I was the last person added, the final draft pick. Sunday night, I get a message from Travis. "Hey, how you feeling? You want to color some 2 pages?" So that's pretty much how I got into this last second. So I'm just glad to be a part of this. I've been following everybody, trying to be a part of these streams, and just longing, watching from afar. It's like, why didn't Travis ask me to be in this book? But I guess nobody else was available. So.
Well, I didn't want Stoney to show somebody else up. So
That's fair.
601.
Jerome.
Yeah, that is me.
Are you ready now, Jerome?
Are you ready to communicate? Are you sure?
No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm Jerome. I'm one of the outsiders as well, I guess, because I don't have all that experience that most of you have on that book, but I'm super glad to be in this. Glad to work with Travis on multiple projects, and yeah, that's about it.
But why? Have you worked with me before? It's not that great.
Not that great, yeah.
We're at 601. Congrats, guys. 601. We are going towards that goal, guys. We are getting towards that goal. I also just answered a couple of questions if people want to up their pledge. So we're right on track, guys, to getting that stuff. We just need a little push. You guys are following this. We got 55 minutes left. We
Less than
only need about $500. We're so close, guys.
I want that glow in the dark cover, guys, and I want a book plate, guys. I'm invested. I'm so invested.
Hey, the glow in the dark covers are no joke, man. I've stared. I know where Travis is going to get that from if he gets there, and the samples at the printer are absolutely off the chain. Those things are so freaking cool. So if it actually gets to that point, this is not Travis, building up something that is not going to be worthwhile. It is actually a really, really, really cool job. The way that the Rich and all them put that glow in the dark onto the covers.
I feel like I'm at Best Buy when he talks like that.
Hey man, listen here, Brian.
That's literally what the guy at Publix looks like when I'm looking at the chip aisle for too long. We got
Hey, let somebody at Publix look like this.
That's what I was going to say. Looks like the security guy reporting on it.
This teenager has been in here for more than 10 minutes. I'm curious.
I don't know what he's doing.
So let's show the page that JW is coloring because nobody here has seen it but JW. We've seen glimpses of it. This is Don Nugent. So Don was at it. He did a 2-page story about Frogman. He did this one, and he did it with Jonathan Crowther is what I'm trying to say. The wrestling guy, which is really great. Let's show that page. This is the flash, right, Jay? Just
Yeah,
so
and the first panel I finished. I mean, there's some other stuff that's be done afterwards, but
let's see if we can enlarge that. Hold on.
Zoom and enhance.
I don't really
Enhance.
Oh, can you guys see it now? Is it big?
Zoom and enhance.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Try opening it in a new
Technology's
window.
hard. Hold on.
Why did we move? I feel like we're in different locations than we were before.
it's musical chairs.
It is.
How's that?
There we
That
go.
was nice. That's good.
That's big. All right, so we got that. That's the top
There we
panel. Beautiful Frogman here.
And then, of course, there'll be an overlay of texture and a color that ties everything together. But that's
So that is the first page, which is really, really cool. This is a little seductive over here. This little frog. This little, hold on. I zoomed it in too big. This over here in the corner.
I got worried because isn't she like the Tin Man's woman?
Yeah, he's the Tin Man's woman. Somebody's writing about your chick.
He's like, shh, baby. Shh.
So local celebrity, Peter let Emily on the internet. Is he off camera sweating profusely?
He's sweating profusely on camera.
That's right.
Over here.
You just have to switch to the other view.
So we are again. Matt, if you want to, do you want to switch out for Steph for a minute, or do you want? Does anybody?
I actually suggested that to her, but I think that she, when she realized she couldn't get in, she started running an errand or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right, we got 602.
There's only 2 people in here.
Yeah, 602.
I know. You and Emily. What's wrong with that?
Hey, look at that guy. What is that thing so cool?
I've seen that one.
Can we have that? Can we get that?
Up.
Yes, if we could get 30,000, I'm gonna give Jonathan's toy away. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make it for everybody, or what's gonna go, but it'll be specifically Jonathan's toy.
Damn it! I love this thing.
So what we'll do is we'll grab that toy. We'll find someone who knows.
Let it pass through my GI tract, and then the lucky person can have it.
We'll get to it as soon as he's done.
What's the reading there, Brian?
Brian, what is that?
Working on your novel, are you?
Oh, Care Prime Handbook. And a lot of covers. There was a lot of covers on that table.
I just tried to have fun, man. I wanted, honestly, when I'm putting together Kickstarter, I've never done a comic book Kickstarter like myself, and I wanted to get as many people involved as I could. So I was like, do you want a cover? If nobody buys it, so there's no skin off my nose, I'm not going to pay you. But if you want to do a cover and see how well it does and say that you did a cover. So that's why I ended up with so many more covers than should have been. Like, there's no reason someone does 10 fucking covers for a project. Unless you're doing like those ones with all the boobies.
Right.
all that stuff.
I
Super
don't want
strong. No
Oh.
trade dress. One nipple out. Two nipples out. We got the full Monty. We got like, what are you doing? Like with all these damn covers.
Hey, stop giving away Travis's stick for broke down and folded bodies too.
Yeah, dude.
Stop leaking the rest of the book.
Butts are the new boobs. I'm
I
telling
heard
you.
this pitch. I heard that pitch already, by the way, from Travis.
Travis finally heard the lesson because he finally in issue 4 of Broke Down. There's gonna be a lady.
Yeah, there is a woman. There is a woman. It took me 4 issues to go. Women need comic exposure too. So, issue 4.
Women exist in this universe.
When I was coloring those first pages, like, what? I don't know how to color a woman in this comic book.
It was strange, foreign, but I think it worked out well. I'm excited about it. So let me ask. First, I'm going to ask one question. Hold on. Mike says, totally rad is the master of multiple covers, and Jimmy Noble will make it work. Yep. Cthulhu Invades Foreign Hub. So Chuck is off his other stream, so we'll have to bring him on.
That's going to be volume 3, by the way.
Also going to jump on at some point. So eventually, I'm going to kick some people off.
I'll let Chuck in. Thank you. I do want to say thank you to Travis and honestly the rest of the creative team, because now my name is going to be forever somewhere in conjunction with the rest of you. So I'm sorry about that. But thank you very much for Travis letting me do this. This is something I never. Wow, my cat's freaking out. This is something I never thought I even wanted to do, and now it's been pretty fun. And Brian and Jonathan helped me out a lot. I really do want to thank them. So please back this, get us that glow in the dark cover, and we will see you guys after this. So thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Danny.
Good to see you, Danny.
Bye, Danny.
Danny 9 Panels Morales. There you go.
Dude, that we need to put that as his title when we do his writer.
Remind me never to draw anything he writes.
Make sure you
name.
Make sure you send Chuck a link.
Wait, Travis, Travis, I do have a question for you, man. I have a question for you because we both have done a lot of Kickstarters. This year we did Tales from Nocturnia and we did Voodoo Nations at the same time. I know Voodoo Nations is one of your more successful Kickstarters. Our Kickstarter for Nocturnia was double what we ever had done, and it was over 10,000. We're like, holy crap, this is amazing. We're doing this big thing. What's it been like for you going from the Broke Down Kickstarters or Advocator or your other books, even Voodoo Nations, to this literal monster of a Kickstarter where you're managing 50 plus people and like, oh man, I got to get to 25,000. I mean, is it a complete culture shock to you? Or are you like, man, I was built for this? Or is like, what's the difference been from this compared to all the others?
It's exhausting. It's overwhelming. It's very different. It's very stressful. It really is like, and it changes who, the way I respond to things. Like Jerome messaged me a very common question that he'd ask me, and a legit question. He's like, hey, this artist would be great for Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. I'm like, get your head in the game. We're talking about Cthulhu Invades on. I don't got time for that. So
you're jumping the gun, Jerome. You're jumping the gun.
Yeah, I don't got time for that. Like, I don't got time for that. But it's been an adventure because it's not only is it being the crowdfunder guy and the marketing guy, it's also being the counselor for people like Kurt who needs their encouragement if they're going to make it. Kurt, we're going to make it. I remember sitting with David Byrne goes, he's like, we're probably going to fund this. I was like, wait a minute. That comment implies that you thought at some point we weren't going to fund it.
Shit, motherfucker, you thought we weren't going to fund just last week.
It was scary. It was scary.
Talking about I ain't got $3,000 on my own. Right? Don't worry about it.
It was an adventure to say the least. It was really, really hard. It's not for the faint of heart. I've lost sleep. Like I can't focus. My I own a web design company. Like, I hope they're not watching this, but I have neglected pretty much everything over there this last 30 days to try to get this taken care of, because it consumes every waking hour, thought, memory. Like, I wake up stressed, the neck. But I love it. I love that we created this beautiful thing. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful book. Like, this book is, I'm so proud of it. You know, every book I do is a level up. This is going to be hard to level up beyond this. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Trish woke up this morning telling me Travis talked to her, and we need to look into Voodoo Nations. And then she left and worked over 10 hours. Now has crashed, but left her computer on watching y'all. Oh, that's nice.
We soothed her to sleep.
It was fun watching you guys do this. Chuck, by the way, if you are here, you can join. I don't know if he just jumped on for a minute, because I know there's an Essence House after party or something. Again, we're a bunch of hustlers.
I have a question.
I was about to say, I think Brian has a question. Horseshack.
Sure.
Ooh. All right, so let me ask you this, Travis, and to anybody else in the room that has put on like Kickstarters at a large level like this. I don't know my question, but so if you didn't have two IPs that were so recognizable, let's say this was Leech Man and Lava Girl anthology, and you still had all of these creators and they all turned in the same amount and the same quality of work, how do you feel that the anthology would have performed without the use of those IPs?
Good question.
Probably it would have. I don't think we could have funded the same amount. I think we could I think our group that we had together could probably pull off 15,000. But I don't. But I don't know if we could, because again, a lot of these are in-demand guys, that people want to work with and do stuff. And I picked those guys on purpose. And a lot of people are coming and backing this because Cthulhu. The people who know Cthulhu, normally if you know Cthulhu, you were a gamer. You weren't necessarily a comic guy. You're more of a gamer. What's that?
I've got a follow-up.
Okay, you were a gamer. The Oz has a great pull, has a great thing. So that was a huge pull for us. But on the Cthulhu, it's the gamers, and gamers buying comics is like pulling teeth. They will buy a comic. They enjoy comics, but they're very picky and very interesting. I mean, one of the cool things, I don't know if I think I've said it in some other interviews, that I used to run major LARPs. A lot of those guys backed this book. They've never backed any of my other projects for the last 4 years. But when it comes to this, they backed it. So
you're the only one on this one.
Right.
That's a joke.
I get what's your question?
Oh, the other question is, I saw that on the Cthulhu Invades Oz, according to Kickstarter, it's listed under anthologies instead of comic books. Do you think that you would have gotten the same response if you had listed this as under the comic book tabs as opposed to the anthology tabs on the Kickstarter?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely think I don't think that matters.
And probably something that is to our advantage on that is that we spend a lot of time at the number one.
Right. That's true. Yeah, we were number one pretty much the whole campaign. People wanted to get us to back us. Yeah, absolutely.
It probably wouldn't have happened if we were in comics, because there was so much stuff.
All right, so let me ask you this question. We're going back to Leech Man and Lava Girl, the anthology that we put together, this fictional thing. It's still an anthology, but it's unknown IPs. Would you put it in anthologies, or would you put it in comic books?
If I did this, it's an anthology, so it would have to be an anthology.
Yeah.
I'd label it what it is.
Well, you've got comic books as the header, and then you've got comics, graphic novels, and anthologies, and a bunch of other things that are all subheads under there. So you want to make sure it gets in the right place, because like we've done 4 Kickstarters, 2 were individual comics, 2 had a comic and a graphic novel on there.
Yeah.
And for the graphic novel ones, you always want to put the graphic novels into that graphic novel book because some people only want to get something when it's a graphic novel, when it's a full story. So if you don't categorize it correctly, you're probably going to end up hurting your book. Like if you put a comic that was just a comic into an anthology, you'd probably end up losing money because people are like, this is not an anthology. This is just Brian Silverbacks writing a comic book for, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
For
So you always
Leechman.
for Leechman and Lava Shark. You want to make sure you get them in the right place.
But Brian, to answer your question, comics can get this high, even independent guys, but it takes a lot of work, and it's not overnight. It's people working this. It's got to be the right art, the right story. I mean, Stake does it. David Byrne does does these numbers. I think his numbers were higher than this. I'd have to look. Matt did really good on his trade paperback in the Comics Together. I think my.
I'm just curious. I mean, I wasn't bringing this up in any way to disparage anything. I'm just curious. I am a very ignorant when it comes to Kickstarters, and I just wasn't sure. So that's why I was asking these questions. And maybe there's other creators that are watching this or other backers that are curious why certain decisions were made, and I'd like to know too. Plus,
sure. It wasn't
random shenanigans.
Yeah, it was strategic to choose what we chose. Absolutely. It was absolutely strategic. Cthulhu and Oz, absolutely. Same thing with Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. I actually don't have a huge knowledge of Wonderland. Oz is way stronger in my stuff, but we figured it out. But actually, that brings us to an announcement that we've been talking about. Kurt agreed. I had a conversation with Kurt. So Kurt, myself, and Chuck are actually going to spearhead kind of the story. We're going to give a little bit of more of a story structure to help.
Cool.
Cool.
He said it might happen.
It's like the alien guy.
Kurt, this is your turn to talk about the story arcs, and Travis isn't here.
He looks like the alien guy.
Okay, listen, I'm not saying it was aliens, but
Whatever you say, Kurt, is what goes. Whatever you say is what goes.
I think it's Chuck because we have the 603 now. Oh.
Am I back?
No, he's cracked.
He's back.
There he is.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Kurt finished off what you were saying, so we all know the story arc. We're all ready to go. We know everything.
Yeah. Awesome. So what I'm going to ask now.
We've already got the Kickstarter started. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We've already assigned the teams.
Yeah, I hope that's
Brian's doing 10 pages with 364 total squares.
I'm going to chase it all.
My story in that one, it's going to be 8 pages. Each one of them is going to have about 12 panels that are all traced by Brian.
Here.
Kurt, I know Kurt was about this close to making a Wizard of Oz comic book based off of this once he started getting into the lore. I remember he was like, I really love this, and was sharing stuff in the chat.
I went deep in that, man. I dug into characters I'd never heard of, and I've read some of the Oz books, and I got into some characters that I was like, "Who is this? I've never even heard of these people." Other witches and giants and shit. And I was like, "What?"
Smart ass donkey. Who are those?
Yeah.
So we got 36 minutes left. Again, keep sharing, keep letting people know we're on. We've got $441 to go. So I'm going to ask a question, everybody in the group. What story would you want if you didn't have a choice? What story would you have wanted? Maybe if you didn't get it or whatever. We're going to start with you, Kurt. What would you have wanted if you could have choose one character? Who would you have done?
In this anthology or the
Cthulhu Invades Oz. Cthulhu Invades Oz.
One character. If I hadn't done the one I did, what would I do?
Correct. Yeah. If you were the creator and could pick anyone you want.
I'd say probably one of the Wicked Witches.
Okay.
Because originally I thought about doing something with witches, and I think I had actually shot you a few ideas. One of which was some other, like I mentioned before, some witch I had never heard of that I looked up and I thought, who is this character? This is totally new to me. And I shot you a few ideas about her, and then a friend of mine suggested, well, what about the Lollipop Guild? from the movie, and I thought, great idea. Charge of the Light Brigade, charge of the Lollipop Guild, and so that became sort of the story of the front line of defense, or well, I guess the final line of defense in Oz, if you read the story. But yeah, I think I probably would have done a witch story.
Okay. All right. You were excited, Emily. Who would you have done?
Let's see, from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Well, probably either the Scarecrow or the Tin Man.
Okay.
I like drawing scarecrows.
I feel Jonathan glaring at you, even though he.
Drawing, not writing. It's okay. Relax.
Joe's like, get that Tin Man out of your mouth.
We have a special note for you, Jonathan, that you're being replaced by Emily for recount number 3.
I just want to make sure he's at Phil. Hey, Phil. Everyone likes Phil. Hey.
Hi, Phil.
Congratulations, camping. Here from my book. All right, Phil. Hey, we need a few more backers to get us an extra $500. So if you want to share us out, that would be fantastic. Jonathan, what you got?
So my backup plan, in case it happened to be open or get open, was the Scarecrow. And when I was brainstorming for his story, if I had a chance to write it, him and he had a bunch of like other fellow Scarecrow-esque type soldiers on a battlefield with all these catapults with hay set on fire, and he was launching those towards Cthulhu, and then he's just mad with anger towards Cthulhu, and at one point he's ordering his minions to rip out the hay out of themselves and to fill up the catapults and shoot it at the Cthulhu. So that's what I was going to do, a story with that, if that was going to fall into my lap somehow. But I'm super stoked that Emily didn't take the Tin Man story.
I almost felt like Jonathan was going to be like, let me read you. Page 1, panel 1.
Of 9
At the end, I was like, Jonathan's like, I'm super stoked she's doing Tin Man.
Jerome, go ahead. Tell me who you'd like to take a whack at. I mean, the only story you've ever pitched me is you said, hey, do you think hockey would sell? I said no.
Beer drinking hockey player.
And you told me keep lettering. So that's what I'm gonna do, I think. I don't know. I know the major characters.
Hmm?
So maybe the Oz character, the wizard.
Wizard? All right.
But I have no clue right now what I would have done with that one.
Phil would love to see a story from the perspective of Toto. You do see a story from the perspective of Toto, so you'll be very happy, Phil. JW, who's a writer himself. What happened? All right, Stoney's coming back. Kyle Willis, is Stoney tripping? It's Silverback tripping. Nah, that's just
Silverback is always tripping.
All right, JW, what would you do? What would
Hey,
you do?
hold on, Travis.
Oh.
I pitched you an ID for Wonderland, and you said, "Yeah, not bad."
You're welcome.
That was way better than the hockey story.
Fair enough. Is it one of the ideas we're using?
I don't know. You just told me that's not a bad idea at all.
You just told him to keep on lettering.
I think that's probably your decision.
In the dark, man.
I got to tell you, this was the Jerome is actually part of the production team, so I have to call him before I do things. I mean, I don't have to because
No, you don't have to call me.
but I do. But I do because when he backs, like when he's part of the Brokedown team or the Voodoo Nations, he's like, "We have another cover." Oh yeah. We have another cover. It's up there. We're promoting it right now. People can back it. He's like, when do we get another cover? We have when did we get coasters or stretch goals? Yeah. We got to make a coaster now, Jerome. Keep up. Get the game. So JW, what do you got?
All right. Well, because there's actually more than one Tin Man.
Yeah, the captain.
So, and I am, mainly a superhero type person. Maybe like the Tin Men should be more like superheroes to fight Cthulhu. Because it would end up being how I drew it. They'd be like these big, like Iron Man looking thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Who else? Who's next? Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to type a message to share on Facebook real quick. Brian,
Silverbacks.
what you got, Silverbacks? Who would you want to draw? Who would your choice be?
I honestly, I'm gonna go with Dave Franco. Or James Franco. No,
he was the wizard.
I wouldn't do anybody that's in the movie style stuff. I would have had to do more research to find a character that would be fun for me to do, and I'm not educated enough to
read. He doesn't know how to read.
I was going to skip that part, but I'm not educated enough in the lore of Wizard of Oz to be able to pick something like right now during this conversation. But since my wife has a whole bunch of Wizard of Oz, like the 15 books that Frank L. Baum did that are like all consolidated in this huge thing.
We're waving at my wife.
Oh, okay. So I just don't know. Like for me, I would want something. I'd want to tell a story that's obviously all of the writers have written something very intriguing and almost like, oh wow, that's a cool take on how that character would respond. And I would want mine to be no different. So I'd have to put a little bit of time into finding the character, but it'd also probably be more monstery.
Right.
Just to be fun. So it could have ended up being Pumpkinhead or Jack Pumpkinhead, but I would have told a different style story with that character and try to do something a little different. But I don't know enough to make a guess. So I'm just going with James Franco.
All right, Matt Knowles.
James?
Who would Steph be taking out?
So Steph and I both agree we would our primary one would be to do something from the perspective of Toto. She would also do a dark spin on the Scarecrow, but I would also love to do a story on the Flying Monkey People.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Maybe that's where I should have gone. Like a flying fucking silverback.
Hey, we're gonna write it silverbacks. You draw it, and we'll just we'll staple it to the back of the book.
But so we'll have the flying monkeys. But there's like a huge silverback one, like that they all answer to.
Well, but here's the thing. I'm writing the story right now. You're going to have the big flying monkeys flying over the city, and you can see the city in these two panels. And you're going to have 14
and there's 12
panels on the page. Yeah. That's right. And you have to draw it by the end of the night. Let's go.
All right. I got to get my tracing paper out.
Hey, Travis, you said that you wanted to have some crossover from Oz to Wonderland.
Yeah.
Well, better than flying monkeys.
Right, flying monkeys invasions. Oh yeah, sounds good. I'm excited about that. That sounds dope. Let's make that happen. All right, Stoney. Actually, first, calm down. My wife has entered the building. She's way better. She's way better than me in every way. So make sure we acknowledge her. You can say hi now, babe. You can unmute yourself and say hi.
Hi. The baby's not screaming for once, so I can actually unmute myself.
Our baby is sleeping, so how long she can stay is really questionable. We'll see.
Yeah, the crib is in our bedroom, but I might have to go.
So Mike says, writing a story about Dorothy trying to help as many escape to Earth from what she considers a losing battle, and learning she can only save a certain number before she's too tired, having to choose, sometimes unable to convince them to flee. Ooh, that is good.
That's good.
Like an Underground Railroad type.
Yeah, that would be dope. That's
shit going on in Oz. That'd be crazy.
We're working on a sequel right now. All right. Stoney, what you got?
I'm sitting here the entire time. You guys are talking, going flying monkeys. I'm gonna do flying monkeys, and then fucking Matt and Brian come in here and steal my idea. So, what the hell do I know? I don't know.
Wait.
What the hell I
Brian will draw it. You can color it, and now we have a whole happy family here.
All right, I'm in. Let's. Yeah, like I do a flying monkey story. I think I could, I think we could stay silly and funny, and that's something that I think I could do something a lot of fun with, a lot of cool stuff. So, flying
I
monkeys.
didn't contribute to it, but could I sign it?
I need Emily to sign all my stuff. I'm gonna send her some villainous.
I'll happily do it.
Yeah.
See, that's the negative of Villainous is you don't have those blank covers. We could send it to her and have her sign it for you and do all sorts of stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what they get.
So my Heather is writing a little bit. She's writing one of the B stories for this book, but she's getting a whole new character for Wonderland. Who would you have wanted to write in Cthulhu Invades Oz, babe?
I don't know. You mean like if I had any choice at all?
Yeah. You were the top bill. We need you to make this fun, so you get to choose whatever you want.
I think probably the Wicked Witch. I think.
Okay.
For no particular reason, really, but just I don't know things from her perspective, because she's always demonized and the villain, and so maybe have put a spin on her that see a bit of a softer side to her, or maybe reasons why she acts the way she acts. I don't know.
Why she doesn't like the other witches?
Why you gotta be a witch? Yeah. No, I can see that. That would be fun. All right. So if anybody's in the comments, if you guys have a suggestion of who you would write, or that you think someone should write, leave them. For me, so I had to write Dorothy because of the story. I wanted to set it up and give everyone the ground thing. But if I was writing, I probably would have written the lion. I probably would have written the lion, and I would have gone super aggressive. Like I would have gone like war. Like I would. It would have just been panels of like him plowing through wars 300 style until he dies. It would have been dope, because I think that's the man. Cthulhu Invades Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. I think that's already happened, and that's how the Oompa Loompas got there. So just an update, we got 23 minutes left, guys. We are 24,559. So just so you guys know, if you guys don't, which I don't think you guys know, the number of backers is going to be how many days it takes to fully invade Oz. So that's what we've decided. That is the end count. In fact, we're going to make all those day numbers actually matter. So each of them are going to be like the 52 creators, the how many stories, the how many pages. All those are going to be those different things, which is pretty cool.
Maybe not all of them, but
yeah. Maybe not all of them. Yeah,
enough numbers, enough relevant numbers to fill them out. But we'll
one of them will be Jonathan's phone number to make sure that's going to be. So we just make sure everything is on the up and up and really, really good, and make sure big ballers on Kickstarter. I don't know about all that, but I mean, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. So is this has anybody been part of a campaign that's bigger than this one? Just out of curiosity.
No.
So I was in Cthulhu. It's hard to spell, so that's technically a bigger campaign. So that was slightly bigger. But yeah, just curious. Richard Kemp, Moby, Wicked Witch of the North. Oh, look at that! Drop
Richard.
This is why Richard Kemp has his own banner. Kemp gets it done.
Gets it done.
And that's a URL for those who want to back. We still need some backers. We are my wife says that we are going to make the goal. She says that we're going to make the 25.
Yeah.
And
we don't want to make
her wrong. So we need your help. It's only a few more backers to get there. We got 21 minutes to do so. Let me go back to comments. So
why can't I chat in the main chat thing?
that's not chats. Those are comments. So you'd have to log on to Facebook or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
And because it's feeding from Facebook and from my Facebook and from their Facebook.
Okay, got it.
I would have done the wizard and show all of his tricks are all for naught. That'd be interesting. Emily, what are you drawing tonight?
A dude with a mustache.
Let's see.
So she's drawing every guy that's in this room.
I was going to say every guy in this room except for
He doesn't have
Silverback.
a beard. He has a mustache.
That's not the only thing you've done. You show him
He has a
Oh,
way
that was
cooler mustache than I
last
do.
night.
I wish I had that mustache.
Caterpillar.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
you got the
Yeah.
Silverback,
Cool.
the Silverback
Can I-
Caterpillar, and then all the
can I
rest
s-
of the model for the other one.
Can I say something about Cthulhu Invades Wonderland? All you all want that caterpillar. You guys all can't have it. Like everybody has messaged me. I just want the caterpillar. That's it. Like
I want
God.
I want the dope smoking caterpillar.
Exactly.
I'll take the caterpillar's wife.
Professor Marvel ends up in Oz. Destroy the invasion.
I actually have a quick question for Jonathan. The other night, I was in a stream with Travis and David Galliano, and they kept saying, we're really good friends with Jonathan, our good friend Jonathan, and kept dropping your name over and over, and I'm over here in the corner by myself. Can I tell people we're friends? Can I? Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
I just
Go
felt
for it,
all left
Tony.
out.
I've been telling people he's my cousin.
But what's important is you can't say good friend.
Oh, I see. Okay. There's
You
the
can't
lie. I see.
qualify it.
I thought Stoney was just gonna confirm whether or not Travis and David were telling the truth. They barely know those kids. They show up at comic stores where I have signings.
Hey, bro, I want to back, but I broke too much. Justin, you can back, and it's not gonna charge. If you back.
They give you 7
It'll
days.
decline on your account, and then you'll have a week to fulfill it. So don't worry about it. Just go ahead and pledge.
Yeah.
And you can take care of it on Friday or whatever the case would be. And in fact, I think they don't even charge till midnight anyways. They've been going back and forth on that. So they may not even charge until that money deposit. But Justin, don't be afraid to back, man. Obviously, I don't want you to overdraw. So if it's going to overdraw, you don't do it. But if it's going to be declined, don't worry about it being declined. You just told me that it's going to be declined. So.
Yay!
Brian has a question.
Not so much a question. I just wanted to bring something up. That the guy is now on my Facebook page saying that the page turned out nice, even the traced owl.
All right, who is it? You gotta get...
Hey, his name better not be Travis Gibb.
No.
That's what he was doing when he froze. He was going, "You tracer."
So this is the second. This may be a curse of me. This is the second tracer conspiracy that I've had. When I first started working with Luke, the first week they accused him of tracing. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I've never been accused of tracing, but I've had somebody trace my art.
Yeah.
Some guy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna commission you for thumbnail stills or whatever. Can I have like a what's the word I'm looking for?" He wanted like a
Profile
sketch.
pic.
Yeah, he wanted okay, well, what would my character look like in your style? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I gave him the roughest sketch I could possibly give anybody, and I was like, here. And he was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get the money together because he was 16, and I was like, okay, yeah, he's getting the money together. Months later, I don't hear back from him. That's kind of normal. And then I look at his YouTube channel, and this poor, crudely traced drawing of the sketch I gave him. It looked awful. It looked so bad. Anyway, sorry.
What I love about that story is not the story itself, the disdain that he's 16 years old.
Yeah.
16-year-old.
Those young children.
Young children, me a year younger.
All right, so let's go around. I don't know what happened to Kurt. He is now a rotating ball. Maybe he's leveling up. Maybe he is. Maybe he's also tracing.
This is actually his final form.
I was gonna say he's gotten so comfortable around us, guys.
Max says hi. I don't know Max. Max, if you don't know us, we're from Cthulhu Invades Oz. Emily dressed up for this, so be respectful.
Hey, I got a new shirt for this, okay?
And I got Cthulhu shirt, though I like the Tin Man shirt better. Brian's wearing green, which is very appropriate for what we're talking about.
Well, you're just lucky I'm wearing a shirt at all. Normally, I walk around
in his shorts. Obviously, we know that from like as soon as he gets home, his pants come off.
So, Max, we have Cthulhu Invades Oz. It's live. If you want to back, it's CthulhuInvades.com. Just pick your pledge level, and we need a few more pledges to get everyone that glow in the dark cover, which is really cool. Oh, Kurt's back. He is not evolved.
I didn't want to interrupt Emily. I had to run to the restroom. Sorry.
He was test. He de-evolved, guys.
All right, so we're getting people up their pledges, which is cool. So a couple people up their pledges, which is great.
So Travis, you don't have like a whole bunch of stupid human tricks to do in this last 15 minutes, like.
Oh no, I got stuff to talk. We got stuff to talk about, bro.
I'm just saying, some people are like, oh, I'll put hot sauce in my eyes if I get it back right now.
Oh yeah, dude. If we get to, I'll do that snorting hot sauce trick if we get to the 25,000. Okay, we've got hot sauce here.
What are you talking about?
So that is a thing that some of these guys do to make sure they hit their goal. So if we hit our 25,000 before the time runs out, I will go ahead and snort that hot sauce. We have some hot sauce, right, babe?
You'll end up in the hospital.
You're on the way to the ER, right?
Yeah. And you
someone there to
call from money from the to pay the bills.
You got to do what you got to do.
We're not lucky like Jerome. We don't have.
Yeah, we are at 604. We are now only $409 away from our goal.
Oh,
we're one traced out away from our goal.
We're what?
We're one traced out away from our goal.
1 hour.
I can send you all the draft if you want to trace it yourselves.
Joey goes,
don't
do it. Give me, don't
Hold up on the screen. I want to draw it. Hold up the screen. I'm going to take a picture and draw it.
Oh yeah, put it on the YouTube channel.
I don't do it. I appreciate you guys, but you know what? I'll do anything for the team. I mean, we've been working. My wife, I helped her get into the car the other day. She's like, "Wow, you got a lot of gray hair since this started." I think it's like a presidency, like at the end of your election, your term, you're not doing great. So, in fact, one night I set my alarm to wake up in an hour. I slept through the alarm, and my wife did not wake me. She just let me sleep. And I wasn't mad. I was disappointed.
605.
605. Ooh, what's happening over here? It's people creating new accounts. They're just back in and create new things. People leaving us in suspense. All right, so let's keep talking. Let's talk about some stuff. So, Austin Jadowski, glad to see you.
605.
Yay!
Mike, watching live stream, but change my play to the glow in the dark one. If no, you'll get it automatically, Mike. Don't worry about it, brother. So, all right. So let's talk about what has been the most interesting part of this campaign. Like, because none of you guys knew we put the book together, but like you guys didn't know what the covers really were, what the pricing structure was, like any of that. Like, what was kind of the neat thing? Like, oh, that's a neat thing that we're doing. What do you think, Emily? What was the neatest thing that you saw that you thought was interesting?
To do with like what?
Presentation of the book and what you're getting.
I haven't read it yet. I've been waiting.
She's been waiting, even though she has a copy of it.
I have a copy of it, but I've been waiting.
Well, I meant like the alternate covers, the stuff. What's your favorite cover? How's that?
The one you didn't get done.
Yeah, so the orange cone
Yeah.
is the one that she likes, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Since I'm sitting here, I like all three, but I like Dirk's the best, personally.
Okay. All right. JW?
Well, besides me getting added to the book, I would have to say whoever came up with the idea for the painted cover to actually be painted on the pages of the book.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just, who would have thought of that? Like, let me actually rip pages out of the book and paint this picture. Yeah.
Wendy Gale giving you some props. Heather?
Thank you. I can't chat back because I'm not on Facebook, I guess. I thought I was, but apparently not.
Well, you got to be watching the stream on Facebook.
I guess.
Put that on your phone.
All right. Who else we got here? Jerome, what's your favorite thing?
Well, I guess was one thing that I really liked because that Kickstarter cover, for those who don't know, was done by one of my close friends, and the reason he was asked to do it was because he was doing those horror monsters for Inktober, and Travis saw it and said, "Hey, can you ask your buddy Etienne if he can do a cover for that book?" So I was super excited for him. So that was a fun part for me.
Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. Like, I decide covers last minute. Like, I need another cover, and I just do it.
And
I think we made the right call. Like, this cover, it was the right call. But.
Yeah, and he flipped that one pretty quickly as well. Like
9 minutes. So Wendy, I can't send Chuck an invite because we are full right now, but it'll happen at some point. Stoney, what's your favorite? What do you like? What's your favorite cover?
Man, it's hard to decide. Like I really like the three covers. The one with Cthulhu facing off against the wizard was super dramatic, very cool. I like that one a lot. I think that might be my favorite.
Nice, Mr. Knowles.
Well, I can tell you this from looking at the book. The thing that was, I don't want to say surprising, but was actually very heartening was a lot of times you'll see an anthology and there'll be a couple of standout stories and the rest are just kind of throwaways. In this book, when you sent out the first PDF, I was like, oh my gosh, there are so many really, really good stories and really good art. Richard Rivera's, anything he does is gold anyways, and his thing is outrageously good. The thing to me as a Kickstarter creator myself, I am most impressed with you personally because you went straight from a Kickstarter before Voodoo Nations, basically right into this one. And I know how much it took out of Steph and I both just doing my attorney's Kickstarter. And we did it the same time you did. There's no way in the world we would be doing another Kickstarter right now. It's like, hey, I'm doing a Kickstarter. I'm going to exhaust myself. Here's another one. Hey, let me get 50 people for it. 5,000. No big deal. I'm going to get done with this one and go right into the next. I don't know how you do it, man.
Yes, we heard some of that. It was robotic.
But you got so excited, the system fucking shut down a little bit.
I said, love the stories.
Keep the hands down. Keep the hands down.
Love the stories. Very heartened by the fact that there are so many really good stories in the book. Really love Richard's story. And really impressed with you personally for the fact that, like, our Tales from Nocturnia campaign exhausted both Steph and I. And we ran it at the same time you ran Voodoo Nations. You came right out of another Kickstarter right before Voodoo Nations. You went right into this one. And this one is like 10 times more complicated than any other Kickstarter you've ever done. And it's very impressive that you're able to have this kind of success after already being exhausted from all the Kickstarters you had back to back before it.
Right.
Yeah. I did a Kickstarter a couple of years ago, and with a lot of different teams, like an anthology title, and I still don't want to do another Kickstarter. So I don't know how you went from one right into another.
Travis is the king of
January,
Kickstarter.
February too. But I love it, and to be honest, and I'm not trying to. It's my wife. Like, she really helps me. She helps me get through these things. She manages my stress. She tells me what I cannot handle, and I listen. Like, I really like it's. She really is helps me out, and she's super encouraging. What's really been great about this Kickstarter is Heather really taking like the reins and like loving this Kickstarter so much, and really wanting to do something special. Like, as you see, she's in the chats. Normally I do these things kind of by myself, but Heather being part of it, and this being a family business, not just me, as a hobby, which has been awesome. My wife's already dope as hell. Her tattoos are all cartoon characters, but yeah, that's how I can do it. All right, next, Brian.
Oh shit! What
did you like? Any of the pledge levels? What did you like?
I thought we were talking about how cool Travis is. All right. No, I really think the idea is cool. I don't know. All the covers are badass, so that's a plus. I wasn't. What was the question?
The question is, what is your favorite part?
What was my favorite part? I think doing these live streams.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think part of it, like, selfishly, I've already made this very aware, and I'm pretty transparent in everything that I do, unlike some people. But so I really wanted to be a part of this project simply because I knew that it was going to be a very successful thing.
Right.
And I just wanted to have my name associated with it at some level.
Right.
Because I need to expose who I am and what I do. So I was just happy to be asked.
Yeah.
So that was the surprising part to me. Not that I don't know who Travis is and I don't know who the other people are, but I would have never thought to, like, you could have put out an open call. Hey, I'm doing Cthulhu Invades, and I would have kept scrolling on Facebook because it's just not. But to be asked, I'm like, all right, well, cool. Well, maybe I'll take part in it. Like, I think being asked for me was the thing that caught me off guard, or was, I don't want to be the one talking when the fucking time runs out.
Well, it's 3 minutes.
What? You think it's going to
That's my question. We only need $300. We need $300, guys.
This will be like,
Jonathan?
Can you repeat the question? Just kidding. I think my favorite thing was when you announced the special edition that the creators are going to get. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really respect that because, I invested a lot of money in this myself, not talking about pledging, but to hire the art and the coloring. So to get something like that back, I really appreciate it. But I do think we should have done a writer's variant cover like I did for Freak Show Night.
Babe, what was your favorite? What's your favorite pledge or whatever?
Oh, wow.
Pledge or whatever. I don't know about that, but I can just speak to, like, I love to see the collaboration with everybody and like people's excitement about it, and also the fact that, like, we have so many unique backers that have not backed on your other projects. So this isn't just, a Travis Gibbs. Like, this is everybody coming together and to support the project, and people we don't even know, or know, your work. So that to me is really, really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kurt, son. You better put the countdown clock up so people can see it.
We're down to seconds, guys.
112,
We're down to
111,
seconds.
110, 109.
Somebody up that 300.
I think we can wait till it gets a little closer.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great things about this book. The main thing is the idea itself. I mean, the idea of the Cthulhu and Oz together.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But, yeah, I mean, I love, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, the main thing is just the idea.
Oh, wow, you just gotta jump.
There's so many unique voices in there telling stories.
Well, all right. We're making it. People are backing. People are upping their pledges, doing all sorts of stuff.
So close.
I won't. Hold on. I don't want to show that.
Come on.
Sorry. I don't want to show that.
We got less than a minute now.
Let's go, folks.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys. We are so close. We are at only only $100.
We're only
$166 to go, guys. If you guys are watching this, you got 42 seconds. Click on that.
Hurry. Probably less because there's always a delay.
Yes,
that's still pretty fucking badass.
30 seconds. Damn.
28, 29.
Oh, we're gonna.
You're going the wrong way, Travis.
Wait.
He's adding more time.
I wish I could. I could just give me a couple more minutes. I think we can.
Yeah,
get it.
we need like 15 minutes more.
10, 9, 8. Watch. We're gonna see fireworks, guys.
Woo!
Hold on. They're not there yet. Oh, there they are. Look at them. Woo!
Way to go, guys.
Good campaign.
Yeah.
I am not ashamed that we didn't make it. It's is what it is, but I will count. I will say this. I know there's a couple of people who said that they didn't get paid and they may message me like with PayPal or whatever. If that happens and we get that little bit of money, we'll do it. Is that okay, babe?
Yeah, I think absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not that tough. It's only like $100 and something. So, our goal is 20,000 and we made that. And that's what we should look at. Like, it's not that we didn't make 25,000. Like, we made 20,000 our goal plus all this. So that is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, we'll figure this out. And if any of you guys were close, or any of you guys backed, missed backing for whatever reason, message us. Because we make that goal. We can make this happen. No big deal. But thank you guys all for being part of this. Is there anything you guys want to say to anybody? I know Chuck wants to jump in at some point if anybody needs to leave. I get it. But what do you guys want to say? We did it, guys.
I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of everybody.
Absolutely. And thank you, Travis, for allowing us all to be a part of this with you and go on this crazy, crazy ride. This was incredible.
Yep.
No, thank you guys. Now the hard work begins. We got to get this book and get it to backers. You're not done until you get it to backers, right?
That's right.
I'm excited. So that's super important to me and to everybody. Is getting that to everybody.
And if nothing else, now I'm friends with Jonathan.
Jump in.
Yeah.
What, babe?
I'm going to jump in.
But I'll miss you.
Yeah, I'll come bring you something.
Ooh.
All right. Joey's like, it took my money already. Sorry, Joey.
Yeah. No, he said, take my money already.
Oh, okay. Take your money already. So what's up, guys?
So you ready to start Wonderland tomorrow?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
no. So Kurt and I, let's talk. So now this is done. Let's talk about Wonderland a little bit. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys excited about? We don't want to. I don't want to spoil some of the stuff that's in the private chat, guys. So though we're going to talk about it, I don't want to spoil some of those finer details. Mm-hmm. But I really want to hear what you guys think and where you guys heads are at with that.
I don't know exactly what you don't want to talk about. So
I'll put it in the private chat. Hold on.
Okay.
Chuck.
I'm only here to chat with Heather. This is bullshit.
Same.
Well, yeah, now that she offered you something.
I don't know what it is, but I'm super excited. History in the making. Can't wait to get my books. I'll expect my copy by Monday. You can go in to chat with Heather.
We can send him a copy by Monday, but he's gonna be missing some parts.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
That's a good question. Sleep, I guess.
We start working on one of them.
Yeah.
So will there be a tracing color book next?
All drawn by silverbacks.
Chuck Videos of last year. This is so rare.
It never happens.
Can't wait to read.
History.
Well, we will tell you this. So, the book is very close to done. The editing team is finishing it up, which is really, really cool. So the editing team is finishing it all up, getting it all together, which is great. So they're going to be working on that. We've got those stories are all being colored. Hold on. When I back, said card will be charged in 1 hour. That's nice of them. So yeah, I think it wastes. If you were close to midnight, I think they wait for the next business day. I don't know why. I think they just do.
Yeah, no, I know why, but I can't say I know why.
Joey says, I just want to know who's getting the smoking caterpillar.
But yeah.
Everybody. He's going to be in every story.
I like how Chuck raised his hand and Kurt just drank a beer, very cocky.
My artist and I
drawing it.
I even did a
My artist and I already drew. My artist already drew. We're all ready to go. Like, yeah.
No, I already did a concept sketch.
Yes, she already did it. You're done.
I already did it. I already claimed it.
Hold on. Solo. If you're going to show art.
Yeah, you say you're going to show the art. Just show the owl, too, while you're at it.
Okay.
When did you do that?
I did that last night. Stream.
Yeah, during that stream last night. And then she did her version of Stoney's owl.
Well, that's the initial sketch. But then here's
and not Stoney, but Brian. Pardon me. Yeah,
you know what?
That's where
there's where Silverback's got the idea to trace it from.
To be fair, it was mine first. I drew it first, so.
Emily, just so you're aware, that is gorgeous work. I love it. However, Chris Mad sent his caterpillar in 2 days ago.
I hate my life.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's gonna be the whole middle of the entire book is gonna be nothing but different people's caterpillar stories strung up.
You're gonna open up the book and smoke will just billow out.
This is my villain origin story.
You are not the first villain I've created, just so we're both aware.
I want to see him. There's my wife, Chuck.
Hey, girl.
He's only here to talk to you.
I only came here to chat with you. Kick him out. Let's do this.
She wants to see Wendy.
Oh, dude, that's on Wendy, man. She's always invited. Wendy, you want to come sit on my lap, baby? I gotta. No. She's like, I gotta put on clothes and
All right, Jonathan said. Oh, Jonathan just disappeared.
He didn't even say hi. He just like.
Now Heather can jump in.
Like, bro.
Something in chat, and he was like, gone.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here. You people.
He's probably gonna message me later now that we're friends. So I'll talk to him later.
I'm sure he will, Stoney. I'm sure he will.
I need to go back on the replay on this and save the recording of Chuck talking smack to the 15-year-old girl, like doing the dance and everything. Like,
I have several teenagers. I don't give a shit. I like you, Emily. You're great, but tooth and nail, girl. Tooth and nail. You and me.
Because I can confirm that.
I have braces. I'll cut you up.
Cut. That boy's gonna sit on you.
All right. Simmer down.
There's a tracing paper.
It's tracing paper, but the reason I own this is because before I figured out to print on the back, I would print it out on this and set this on the light box.
Right.
But then it was Walter Osley that said, "Why don't you just print on the back of your paper, dummy?" And I was like, okay. So now I've got extra tracing paper for you motherfuckers want it.
Yeah, we believe you.
Mm-hmm. But I do have to go, guys. Thank you for everything. We'll talk to you guys soon, and ladies and gentlemen, and whatever genders everybody is. But we'll talk to you guys later.
See you, Brian.
Bye, Brian.
Yeah. Stay creative.
All right. So, glad I got you guys all alone without Brian Silverback and my wife here. All right. Emily, close your eyes. It's shirts off times, guys.
I'm not looking.
No, I want to really just take a second to first thank each and every one of you guys for creating, for the times you guys have come on over and over again to do this, for the private messages, for the late nights, for the 3 a.m.s, for all this to try to get this funded. Every Facebook post mattered, from Kurt bugging Gail Simone to do it to Jerry Orwell today. You know, we've had a really good time. Hope you guys have had a good time promoting this. I've had a great time being with you guys doing it. I can't thank you guys enough, and I can't wait to fulfill my promises to you guys and get you guys your books and stuff like that. So I just want to go over for a minute what the plan is next. So for people watching, you know, we still have a lot of people watching. So the next plan is we're going to take the next couple of weeks to finish up the book. Probably won't take long. James is trying to get us his colors done by the end of the weekend or so.
Yeah,
during the holiday break.
Is that page you showed me? Is it in the Dropbox?
It's done. I don't know if it's in the Dropbox. You'll have to check and let me know.
Okay.
Let me know, and if it's not, I'll make sure it gets it. But it's done. We'll get the other one done. We'll get those lettered. And those ones, by the way, are not for Wendy. So we have some proofers. We have Wendy and Caddis proofers. Those are actually taken from them to give them a surprise. So Chuck and Heather are going to edit that without them seeing it. So when they get the book, hey, look at this kind of surprise we got. We're all about surprises in this, which is really cool.
Heather and I both talked about it, and we're gonna leave one error in each story so that those ladies' heads just fucking pop. That'll be great.
Unfortunately,
that's supposed to be an apostrophe.
Talking about surprises, did I told you that I was leaving for vacation for the next month?
You better not be.
He's going to Palm Bay, Florida on vacation.
Well, what pisses me off about this friggin' vacation? It's free because he's Canadian. He just gets vacation.
Jerome is taking all the money and he's going to Mexico. So you're never going to see him again or any of that money.
I mean, I'm an editor. I'm in 11th grade language arts.
Yeah, I'm just going to spend. Never mind. My joke is not funny.
I believe
it's appropriate. Spending money, Marcel Dupree. Got it. All right, cool. Plug your own joke. Anyways, so we're going to do that. I'm going to try to get it to the printer as quickly as possible. The printer is going to send it to me and get a proof. So we're going to take a little bit to get the proof. But I'm hoping by December, I'm going to get a message out. Matt knows that I talked today. It'll be late December, early November, early January. We're going to invite everyone in Florida down. And well, everyone will get the invite, but it's probably a long drive down in Florida. We're going to do a signing. We're going to do a signing at a local comic book store.
I'll walk down.
What's that?
I'll walk down.
Go ahead. One of those buses that you take has to come down, JW. So
eventually, yeah.
Which one gets here?
I might need to leave tomorrow.
That's fine. Just pull a Rosa Parks and just refuse to leave the bus until you get to your location. I didn't know anybody else who stayed in a bus, Tony. I'm sorry. So that's the plan. I really want to get to you guys this, before the holidays, But yeah, that's it. Does anybody want to say anything before we leave? I don't want to leave everybody up here forever. I know we can hang out for a little bit if you want, but I'm sure we're all exhausted. We had a great campaign. We got everything what we needed. Anybody want to say anything?
Essence House has another 6 days.
Are you off Kickstarter when Essence House is done?
Yeah, I am. I've been on since October 12th.
Yeah, but are you gone? Like, do you have no editing, no nothing, or do you have something in December?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
What do you have?
I almost definitely have something in December.
What is it?
I'm fucked if I know, but it's. Don't worry, it'll be on
That
there.
sounds like an interesting book.
It's like a shit show sequel. The shit show sequel is fucked if I know.
So here's Essence House. If everybody wants to check it out, it's very cool. It is in the Cthulhu Invades Oz universe. Just so you guys know. Dorothy's house is very close to theirs. They just live very far away. So if you went to Kansas in the Essence House universe, you would find Dorothy, in one of the various time travel stories. That's Canada.
Yeah. Don't look too hard into it. Just buy it. But yeah, you'll find it eventually.
They're fully connected. In fact, you cannot understand Cthulhu Invades Oz without buying Essence House. It's going to not make any sense to you. You got to fully read it, and then come back to us with your theories. Much like we talked about rewatching Lost. Much like your theories of who the smoke monster is and all that. But yes, back Essence House. It's a cool book. I liked it. I backed it. I recommend it. It'll be in the Kickstarter. Notes tomorrow morning when I say thank you to everybody. It is the baton I'm passing.
Thank you, homie. I appreciate that.
This is that.
Damn, look at this guy. I love Mike.
Look at that. Send him the links.
Mike is so good.
All right.
But no, so I do actually have something to say, and that is thank you so much for having us on. I really appreciate it, and honestly, this has been such a different experience from all. You don't see this, like what we're doing here. This doesn't happen on other anthologies. It just doesn't. Not on the level that we've done, and not with the consistency. Let's be honest. We've done these at least several times a week with like 5 or more of us, and most often a packed fucking house of all of us on here. And we've gone on to shows, and when we bring shows, it's not like Travis is pushing it all the time. Usually at least 2, 3, 5 more of us are in there going along, and that's not because we were kissing his ass. It's because we all have loved this so much. We've had such a great time.
To be fair.
So it's also because we're kissing his ass.
Thank
Also,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. I just
What
wanted
is that going to get you?
More phone calls. More morning phone calls of just a sec, Chuck. Yeah, I want a large coffee with 17,000 fucking sugars, but only half a cream because cream is fattening.
I think what for Mike, for people who see my morning Dunkin' Donuts things, just let you know if I'm not on there, it's because Chuck is on the phone with me. Yeah. That's the only reason why I didn't make that video.
And the best part is, if he doesn't call me in the morning, he calls me at night, and I get to be at Taco Bell. And he's like, just a sec. 9 times out of 10, I'll be like, man, I want the deluxe fries, man. I want those nacho fries. Fucking love those things.
Well, and what else he could tell you too is I have a unique relationship with the drive-thru people. They know who I am. There
was it this morning where they're like, what about the other large? And he's like, yeah, they don't need it today. Like, they called him out because they thought he had missed a piece of his order. And he's like, oh, yeah, no. They're not around today. I don't need to get that. And I'm like, holy shit.
Well, those driving through people, will they be signing the book?
Yes.
They're doing a variant cover. They're going to have a drive-through variant cover. Just letting you know this right now, Jerome.
Yokio Cthulhu?
I would make a Cthulhu variant cover any day. In fact, the owl picture. Let's go to that real quick. The owl picture, Jerome has pointed out that kind of looks like the Dunkin' Donuts logo. We're not sure if he did it subconsciously or not.
We forget that.
Is Jerome lettering your page? Yes, Jerome is lettering your page. However, because of your page, Danny, Jerome gets to renegotiate his deal, so he may be lettering nobody's pages. You know, your page was
I get
won
old.
over the
I'm holding
agreement.
the pages.
Jerome's done.
I don't have to do it.
Jerome is like, I need $24,834
I told you, man, Mexico, here he comes.
Danny's gonna pay Jerome himself.
$20,000.
$24,843. Yeah. So anybody else got anything to say before we wrap this up?
Well, I want to thank you once again, Travis, for letting me be a part of this project and letting me help you promote it and being on these streams with you and so many others. But, you know, our usuals like Emily and Chuck, getting to hang out with you guys and talk comic books and Cthulhu and odds and everything. It's been so much fun. Now, don't be wrong, I'm tired of looking at you, but I have had a blast. Like,
I feel you. Kurt doesn't normally do videos. Are you now going to go back into hiding because you know it's the better place to be?
Well, I was just going to say, do you want to say anything else about the future as far as Cthulhu Invades Oz? I mean, Wonderland. Did you want to say anything more about that? I mean, like, just bounce some ideas around or what?
Caterpillar.
So we are. Oh my God.
Caterpillar.
Just so you guys know, we have 44 declined pledges so far. We'll see what happens. All right.
I want to admit that I'm willing to be the bigger man. And Emily, I apologize. I was a little aggressive, so I will let you color our piece. You're welcome. I was gonna let Stoney do it, but I'll let you color our piece. You're welcome.
So here's a big deal. I'm going to say it here because I don't think they follow us. Guys, that $1,000 pledge went through.
Woo! Wow.
That's awesome.
Huzzah.
That's more work for you, Jerome. You've got another 4-pager to do, homie.
That's not necessarily true. Maybe we could convince
Travis,
somebody.
whose clown
Were
was
they,
it?
were they on the list?
Go to the other letterer that's in that list. Any other letterer besides Jerome.
Well,
wait,
I mean,
there isn't
what
one.
I did add to the bottom of it, I'm going to allow other people to join it. In fact, I'm going to post about it tomorrow. So just so everyone knows what we're talking about, for those who are watching this, we had a pledge level that allowed you to grab some people from the Cthulhu Invades Oz team. I didn't ask everyone. I asked people who would say yes to me because they actually liked me. It was a small number. But what we did was we evolved that as a pledge level to do a 4-page backup for somebody, and someone pledged on it. And I've got to be honest, this campaign has gone up and down, up and down. Hold on. This is funny. 4 pages.
9, only 9?
We call that the Alan Moore package.
Hey, I like Mike's comment in there. You didn't put that up there yet, Travis.
Which one?
I think Emily and Matt should be thanked for dressing up for this last event. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate.
They're the ones keeping us classy. Like,
that's right.
Thank you guys.
I have long sleeves. That is dressing up for me.
You look cold.
You do.
I was swimming.
So that's really exciting. That's something we get to do, and I'm actually excited for us too, because a lot of us are indie creators, and we just want to work on somebody else's book as an opportunity. And the fact that they're paying us to do it is even cooler.
Paying you.
Hold on.
Wait.
You guys can have the $43 split amongst yourselves.
That's more than Travis usually pays.
Yeah, no.
Jerome's like, that $43 better be coming to me as part of the payment for Danny's page. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm not. I can't pay Stoney. He traced. I mean, you can't pay a tracer. Anyways, it's a boy. All right. So now this is wrapped up. Cthulhu Invades Wonderland is going to start production. Like I said, like I announced earlier, Chuck, myself, and Kurt are going to be writing the beginning, middle, and end, kind of putting it together. That's not necessarily done before it's put together, but we're going to be doing that. We're going to allow a lot of the people who didn't have a shot to get bigger characters get shots this time to do some. We're going to make it really, really fun and make it interactive. So that's going to be going through. So guys, make sure you keep up on that. Is that a balloon? It was a balloon, but I lost it. It went that way. Where's JW going?
I need to
offend
plug
him?
in my. I'm here.
All right. Did I offend you?
Yeah, I think he's probably going to catch a bus to somewhere for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I told you if I wanted to be in Florida in time, I had to leave now.
He is done with this shit.
He's been looking up the whole time. Oh, we've already got one person trying to back, which is great. It's so crazy, guys, when you do these campaigns and someone goes, man, I didn't find out about this till it was too late.
Oh, it's over.
Are you serious? Like, where else can I go?
Yeah, exactly. What show did I not do? What exact hour was I not on fucking Facebook Live? Where was this not shown up? Holy shit.
Is the only person gone formal to this shindig? Hey, Dawn, welcome. Emily went formal as well.
Emily's very formal, makeup and everything. She looks great.
And JW is meeting with James and there. The whole time, James has just been going to pick up JW.
Yeah. That's why it was in the car. That's why it was in the car.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm not sure release date. It depends on the teams. We're gonna try to go a little bigger next time. We're gonna go to 200 pages. Because is this crazy that I really felt this book was too short?
Yes.
Yeah, a little. I feel like you're a bit of a masochist.
No, but when you read it, you're like, man, I want more. I mean, maybe you should.
I think we could have done 200 pages with that. Easy.
Easily.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we just needed 17 more B stories.
Is the team going to be as big, or you just going to give people more pages?
No, the 200 pages, but 40 people. We're actually going to call some people.
It's going to be a little bigger. We've added some people. We've been talking about maybe getting a pro in for this one, maybe an artist or a writer, not like a Cullen Bunn, like a Marvel or DC guy, or artist to do something. In fact, we had Carl Moline willing to do pages. We'll probably go out and ask him again, see if he wants to do some stuff. We want to make it a little different. The next book is not going to be like this book. So when you get this book, we're going to be very, very different. This is an exitology. It's nothing but 9 panels.
9 pages.
Brian had something to do about those 9 panels, but as letterer, I have something to tell about those 9 panels as well, because I'm sure that most of the time the text won't fit in there.
Yes, well, I will tell you, as Chuck responded to one of my edits that he had to do, hey, this is some Kevin Smith level dialogue. If you can show that out.
I remember saying that. You are not going to fit this on a panel and art.
And I literally went back.
Or is that an insult, or what's the deal with that?
I felt it was well written.
Travis Bendis over there.
Oh, actually, that was what he said. He said Bendis. I didn't think Kevin Smith. Bendis. But yeah. Oh, what's this? Not nine panels. Clearly the least popular posters. 200 pages. Ken's letter 200 pages.
Well, you bet I can if I don't have a computer crashing on me the month before.
I think from this point forward, Danny doesn't even have a last name anymore. He's just Danny 9 Panels. That's it. Danny 9 Panels. That's his professional name. Danny 9 Panels.
I love it. I love it.
So question for you, Jerome. If we do the next one, do you feel like you want to letter them all, or do you feel like you should pass that on to let other people help?
I don't know. I was thinking about it last week.
As I looked at more 9-panel pages to letter.
Next one is 12 panels.
Travis's favorite Canadian, Jerome or Chuck? Well, trick question.
There's a fight.
We've already addressed this. Jerome is my favorite Canadian because he lives in Canada. Chuck is my favorite Texan.
And I will take that for now.
I talk to them about equally. I talk a little bit more work with Jerome, but only a little. I'm going to be honest. Even though Chuck is on very few of my books, he knows a lot of what I'm doing on a regular basis.
I think that the only reason for that is that you don't want to scare me off. Most
of our conversations with Chuck are, I'm going to make Jerome do this now. What do you think?
I believe, hey, Trav, what's going on? How do I get Jerome to do this? That's how almost every conversation starts. I'm like, wow, dude. Here's how you do it. First off, Emily, earmuffs, and then what you're going to do is... No, I'm just kidding.
It's like Cthulhu. It's like if you see the whole thing, you just go insane, and you can't do that to Jerome.
Right.
You can't drive him mad. It's not like me, like what I did with my story. Jerome messaged me about this and said, "How dare you do this huge panel? I mean, this panel that's got this huge word bubble in it, where the word bubble just like goes off the page."
How dare you know?
And Jerome was like, "You motherfucker! How could you do a bubble like that? You son of a bitch! How could you do that?"
With a smiley face. There was a smiley face. No. It was just a joke, but that was when I saw that. I said, what the hell?
That'd be great.
But it turns out great. It turned out great.
Yeah, because
it did.
I'm really excited. So, all right. So, since Cthulhu Invades Oz is over, and you guys are all here, I will now allow you to tell me what characters you want to do. I am not making any decisions right now, but I will allow it to happen. I will listen to what you have to say.
Except the caterpillar.
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 I want the caterpillar.
I think the person that owns the most top hats needs to have some kind of affiliation.
I have
with
at
the
least
hat, please.
one. Okay? I'm still in second place.
What if, okay, Travis, what if we have the caterpillar on one page and he's filling the 9 panels?
And then as long as he's traceable.
His word bubbles are just going to be smoke.
I actually feel like, the caterpillar is becoming the B story of this. Everyone wants to do a caterpillar story.
We should make him like the unofficial narrator. I mean, you wanted to have like more of a connection between the stories this time around.
I'm shocked. I actually thought about having the Chester Cat be kind of the narrator because
he's everywhere.
Kind of what he does. That's kind of his role in Oz, in allowing actually getting a writer to come in and do some actual writing, not poems. Instead of poems, do some actual work. Not that poems isn't writing. I see Stoney and Chuck both going, continue to bury yourself.
Hey, Dave, why don't you come into this stream and tell him how you feel about that?
Stoney, who do you want?
I want the Walrus and the Carpenter.
Right. Yeah. The story that was told in the book, but don't actually exist.
Yep.
Cuckoo Cachoo. Cuckoo Cachoo.
Yep, that's the one.
I'll allow you to do it, but only if it's just a word-for-word retelling of the joke from Dogma.
That's fair.
A party and nobody invited me. Yeah, we're having a party. We're celebrating Cthulhu Invades Oz fully successfully funding. More or less. You guys haven't seen the numbers behind the scenes. More or less, it's funded. There's a lot of money that people owe us, but it'll be fine, guys.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be just fine. Don't worry about me. I know you guys were worried. I'm fine.
You were my first thought, Chuck.
I know you were, and you were mine, Stoney.
So here's a thing to just kind of spread it out here while we're here. Do you think that though we're going to have some Oz characters, do you think that they should get their own title bar and be part of it? By the way, Dawn or Danny, if you guys want to come and join us, you're more than welcome to. We're not going to be on too much longer, but if you want to say hi and congratulations.
All night.
Do you guys think that the Oz characters should have an extra, little thing?
I think
Like
that could be fun.
sort of a prologue that leads into Wonderland.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily a prologue, but like, how interactive can they be?
Yeah, I mean, like what we were talking about earlier with them crossing over, like the railroad idea that somebody had, the Oz Railroad or whatever it was.
Right.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that Oz Railroad. And I'm thinking about one of the things I am thinking about is eventually going back to Oz and telling stories that happen in between the days.
Cthulhu returns to Oz.
And giving an aftermath, because we never addressed the Gnome King, and that was on purpose. Like, people asked for the Gnome King. We didn't address the Gnome King because the Gnome King's such a big, iconic villain. Like, he's a 3-book villain, which back in those days, only Lord of the Rings did. Like really, like Lord of the Rings did it. Nobody else had 3. Like, villains don't last that long. So I'd love to do a Gnome King versus the ending of this book. I'm not going to spoil that for people. Versus that, and see where that goes, and that would be really fun. Where Gnome King is the good guy, kind of.
Yeah.
And what if we do a spin-off?
Yeah.
Spin-offs of some
Like
characters.
Cthulhu versus Oz, like as the header, and then some other idea.
Yeah. Sure.
No, I mean, we take one of the characters, let's say the lion, and we expand that story in one comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about doing that as maybe, if people wanted to submit their pages, we can do it under the Cthulhu Invades Oz banner and continue stories. I know Chuck has more stories and do individual issues. That's something that we can do. I don't want to devalue the specialness of this, right? So if you throw too much on the market, you devalue what makes us special. Yeah. But it is something to do because, you put out a few of those and you can make a trade without doing a big thing, Conan has had multiple book villains, the Titanium or some other spell poorly taken out of combat. What do we got here? I see a head. Oh, it's James coming back.
Oh, he's out of his car.
Back. Are you
James
in a
has a house?
It's a real
I am
building.
in a house.
My God. This is only possible because we funded.
No, I'm just This is a green screen. He's still in the car.
Wait, is that
I'm
my
still
kitchen?
in the car. Come on, give me some credit.
You're right here.
But I had an
I think
idea
he's in
when
my
you guys
kitchen.
just said something about the Gnome King being the good guy for the next piece of it. Belinda was his enemy that she killed the Gnome King, and she's the one who summoned all the Cthulhu tentacles in my story.
No, yeah, it's true. Could be.
You could have a whole army led by a chicken.
So basically what James came on to say is this could all be my idea if I work hard enough. I'll fly Stoney down and we'll get Matt. Dude, fly Stoney down, but fly Chuck over. Chuck needs a vacation.
Chuck and I will just carpool.
Hi.
Yeah.
I know,
dude.
You guys are that close. Do it. Whatever. Like, let me know how it works out.
You're in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I've driven to Dallas in a day. It's not.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave my car there and we'll just.
Poop.
Dennis can fly me down to Florida if he wants to.
Chuck has made that drive before, so it's not.
I did make that drive.
It's not that time. I think my phone hated the idea.
Your phone's just pissed off that you're not in the car.
Yeah, it's not used to not being in the car.
All right, so I'm super excited about this. We have someone just asked for an invite who is a celebrity in our parts. So I'm excited to get in. He's never been on my live. I've never been on live with him, so I'm super excited about it.
I'm always on live with you. What are you talking about?
Danny, I'm just saying, if you get one hotel room, we'll all hang out in it. It'll be weird, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Hey, I was in the 501st. We had 20 guys.
Shit!
The man, the myth, the legend.
Mr. Twitter.
Hi, everybody. I finally get to put a face and voices to things. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for all your help.
Don,
thanks for
you're the only reason I have Twitter notifications.
Don is the only.
Yeah, I blast things out. Just like,
oh, you did good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just like social media loggeria, this constant stream. But yeah, I feel like thanks for inviting me on to the project. I really appreciate that. I've had the honor to be part of some monster campaigns this year, and yeah, it's just been incredible.
You will, especially since Don was on my short list. I invited him to the group to hopefully find him a team, and then he never spoke up or got busy or was on Instagram spam or on Twitter spamming. I remember one time we were like, "Oh, let's see the art." And Don's like, "I'm not sure if I'm allowed to be here, but hey." Looks
that was great. He's like, I'm not actually a part of anything right now. Am I allowed to be here? We were like, let's find a story for him.
Yeah, I think, was it Russell? I thought Russell Nolte invited me in somehow accidentally, and I joined just thinking it was some like offshoot of his book because we had just Cthulhu was hard to spell, the Terrible Twos. I was like, oh, maybe he started like another thing. Then I was like, wait, no, this is Travis's thing. Like, what is this? And then I thought, oh, I might as well just hang out and check out all the cool art and pages that you guys were already uploading.
Yeah. Well, I was really happy to get you, especially that Jonathan worked out and getting you guys in. So it actually made that everyone in that group was actually part of the production group because John Crowther as well. So what happened with John is he had a 2-part story with Jonathan Hendricks. So they both had a story together. Oh. Jonathan wrote the story, and John Crowther goes, like, that story is basically what I wanted to tell. Like, and I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, that's the core of what I wanted to tell. So just let Jonathan have it. He did a great job. And he walked away with story. Yeah. So he walked away. And so I was happy to get John Crowther back in the book because he was one of my big grabs. So I was happy that you guys did a quick 2-pager.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it totally rocked to work with him. And he was like, this is what I've done. I was like, oh my God, you did a Nikolai Volkov book. That's amazing.
That's why I was a little disappointed with John Crowther's story because there was like no wrestling. And I'm like, man, I was really hoping someone was like, time to suplex Cthulhu. Like, oh, like.
Or was there wrestling and you just happened to miss that part?
Oh, did I miss that part? I'm a terrible editor.
Let me show you something, Dawn, that you haven't seen.
Oh, okay. Right. Dawn wasn't here earlier.
Can we
He's
see
seen
that?
that.
Oh, let me get the bigger.
Oh, that in color.
Oh,
yeah, hold on. Cool. We'll make it bigger. It's good. I forgot how I did it last time.
He has this problem a lot, folks. He's never sure how to make it bigger every time.
Thank you, Chuck. You missed that joke last time, and I'm glad you're here to tell it this time. Thank you.
Well,
I
I'll
thought
inform
it, but
everyone that what my wife came in to give me was just refilling my beer. So
That's what we figured.
Oh, that looks great. Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, that does.
So these are just flats, Don, and he hasn't added a layer over them. But yeah,
I like the color selections that were picked for the flats. Though. That looks fantastic.
Thanks.
And
Don,
yeah,
that's
I draw
great work.
all the way through bleeds and edges, so all that artwork is just going to get cut off the edges.
it'll be fine.
Yeah,
That's Jerome's problem. It'll be fine.
Is Jerome doing the lettering for this?
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Very
It's
cool.
Look, let's be honest. It's okay, but I have to say, not enough panels. Needs more panels.
Needs more
No,
panels.
no,
yeah.
no.
Needs at least 3 more panels,
There's
right?
plenty enough panels on that page.
I'll do the Alan Moore package next time.
See? He knows it. He knows what's up.
You guys are killing Emily.
I know Emily's like,
sleep on them.
oh, what's with all these guys?
I'm so tired.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to bow out.
Yeah, man.
But
I'm in the same
thanks so
boat.
much for having me.
Same here. I just want to come in and say congrats to everybody. Great work.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll get it all finished. We'll get everybody taken care of, and on to the next one.
Nice. I'm actually off
Don,
the field.
are you going to do a bigger role in the next one? We got a year. Can we fit you in your schedule?
Wait, who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, who will I be working with?
We'll figure that out.
Okay.
There's like 7 people want people to draw caterpillars. I'm just saying. So
Everybody wants a caterpillar.
I'm at the
I'll
top.
want the caterpillar. That's fine.
Yeah, you want to draw a caterpillar.
That has in the heart. Whatever.
we'll figure it out, Don. We'll figure it out. But as long as you're in that, you get to pick your person you're working with just as much as they do. So we'll figure it out.
Okay. And again, John was fantastic to work with. That was an amazing time.
And it looks like you guys got a side job. Is that what I'm looking at?
No. I'm on a book with Michael Tanner, who does Junior Braves of the Apocalypse, and we're actually doing a wrestling space drama thing. It's going to be amazing. I think.
Indie comics are so great.
Yeah.
Sorry, do I speak up here, Chuck?
No, I was saying, indie comics are so great. There's nowhere else where you can say we were doing a wrestling space drama, and everyone's like, mm-hmm. Like there's nowhere else where people would take that idea seriously. But we were all like, oh yeah, okay, I get where you're coming from. I can imagine that.
Right, Chuck? I mean, that's the beauty of being in comics. I feel like the medium lends itself to just doing whatever crazy idea you have, and it'll be awesome.
Cthulhu Invades Oz. Where else?
Right?
Cthulhu Invades Oz, yeah. Or just all the other projects that I've had the honor to be a part of. They're just like these wild, far out ideas, and what other medium? Especially on special effects, you save so much.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to do it.
All right. Good night, everybody. I love your faces.
Take care, homie.
Congratulations.
Good night, Matt. Good night, Tony. Good night, Don.
You guys later.
Good night, guys.
Night, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Down to
Finally, am I right?
About time those guys get out of here. Jeez,
I love Dawn. So no, it was such a blessing to get those, and those pages are. And you guys haven't seen the better pages. Like that page is dope, but his Cthulhu is fantastic.
That panel is awesome.
Yeah. It's only been shown to. We're gonna show it. Fuck it.
No, don't show it. Don't show it.
No, I'm showing it.
Just the top panel.
Yeah, just the top one.
Well, I don't think he's in the top one, is he? Okay. All right. I can do this. Hold on.
No spoilers.
We'll spoil it just a little bit. You guys ready? Are you ready? I asked if you're ready. Nobody answered.
Yeah.
Oh,
you ready?
Okay. All right.
And go.
Can you see it?
And
yeah.
Oh, that's the whole thing. I don't want to do that. Hold on.
Yeah, you ruined it. Now you.
No, they can't see it. It's too small.
Spoiler alert.
I can increase my screen. Oh! I was increasing my screen, and all of a sudden it disappears. I'm like, no, I'm just staring at Kurt's face right here. I'm like, oh shit! Decrease.
That's not it. Hold on. We've seen that one. We're gonna get to it, guys. This is hard.
This is quality content.
This is quality content.
I'm just kind of grateful it happened now, so people didn't start defunding. So,
yeah,
I love that one.
This is our leader, guys. This is our leader.
Ooh.
I love it.
I love the tongue.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's like 5,000 layers.
Oh.
Yo.
We were in the trees.
But yeah, it is beautiful. And Don is such a professional. Don, when he sent me, he's like, here's 3 different versions. Whichever one he'd prefer. This layer has this layer. There's even a layer for Jerome that Jerome hasn't seen. He's like, this letter, there's a layer, just so you know, here for our credits. Like already created for Jerome.
He's my favorite.
I know, Jerome, you should not work with me and work with Don. I mean, anybody would have told you that, but I'm going to be officially telling you. All right. Well, let's go around the room since you guys are the last. Talk about what else you guys are working on. Let's sign off. We've celebrated tonight a little bit. I'd like to see my wife.
I'd like to see your wife, too.
Hey! I remember first time using a computer. Danny.
I remember your first time writing, Danny.
So, Emily, where can they find you at, all dressed up like this? Probably prom.
Yeah, probably. Also, you can find me at Emily Risett, Riesett, on Instagram and on YouTube.
Can we find you on Twitch?
On Twitch, where we stream sometimes, that's WXRKBS.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Pronounce that any way you want.
Yeah.
There is no incorrect way.
There's actually a really good story about that username, and it's simply that at the time that I was creating the account on Reddit originally, I was looking for a new username, and I couldn't think of anything, and that is what was in the catch button. And so that's just now my username when I don't want my real name.
JW, who are you? What do you do?
Everything.
No, can we stop for a minute? Hold on. Isn't it great to see James healthy?
Yes,
It's
it
been a long
feels
time.
good.
Yeah.
It's really good to see you healthy and like active and wanted to create comics, wanted to create your own Kickstarter. Like it's really, really good. It's been a long time.
Yeah, too long.
And smiling.
But let me see. Well, in January, end of December, January, I'll be having the Omni Kickstarter. Just putting some finishing touches, trying to get some more art for that. And the final 2 pages that Travis just spoiled for everybody. but since if we're gonna do this like the draft, and I'm like the last pick for this one, I should be the first pick for the next book. So I should.
Is that how it goes down?
I should get to pick which thing I want to do since I got
Sure.
at the.
You can absolutely color. You can actually color Kurt or Chuck's picture, whatever one you want to color.
Emily wanted to color my my caterpillar, so I'll let her. Yeah.
Thanks.
Is that what you worked out to try to get the caterpillar? Like now you have a colorist. Your team is coming. Kurt,
I already have a team. Yeah.
Chuck's team is coming together.
My team's done.
At some point, he just separates from you. He's like,
And he just does his own thing.
Yep.
He's like,
we're just gonna make an entirely separate comic about the caterpillar. Has nothing to do with Travis.
It's just a bunch of smoking. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be it's gonna be a coffee table book. It'll be great.
It
turns into a coffee table.
Yes.
She's going to do her own competing Kickstarter with the caterpillar.
Yep.
So
I'm
Cthulhu Wonderland.
It's also a humidor, by the way. You can, if you open it up right, you can store everything in there. It's great.
And it's got rolling papers.
Yeah, the whole thing. It's terrific.
Fantastic. If you put a couple of pictures of Greg Elise's, you've got a book there. All right, Chuck, tell us about Essence House and other assorted projects.
Yes, sir. Essence House is on Kickstarter right now. It's a science fiction family drama. What's terrific about that is that we literally have 18 out of the 20 chapters already up on all of the major podcast sites. So if you guys are still unaware if it's for you, you can go check out the first 18 chapters. They're there. We are completely confident. We feel absolutely fantastic about it. We're just finishing that up, kickstarting it, of course, and then we're already working on season 3, which will be book 2. So yeah, man, super excited about it. Really, really happy with how everything's come on, and all the other things that are going on. Finishing up Belial 2, moving on to Belial 3. Working on my Caterpillar script right now. All that kind of stuff. Easy stuff.
Kurt?
Right now I'm writing and drawing Chilling, which is a like a horror western. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that or where it's going to go. Maybe a Kickstarter, maybe like a Patreon weekly comic or something. I'm also drawing a couple of books for Source Point Press, so shout out to them and David Hayes. That includes Son of Rotten Tail, which is the sequel to the original Rotten Tail. They got the movie made about it. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's other stuff.
You've got Dial P for Peanuts right now?
Yeah, that's out right now. I forgot about that. Bro, also from Source Point Press, Dial P for Peanuts with David Hayes. Yeah, I've got so much stuff out that I forget it all. I don't know. I mean, I'm working on so many different things at one time that I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
So much crap out there.
Yeah. As someone who I have the same, I've got so much stuff.
Yeah,
but it's all good. I don't even know what's next, so we'll figure it out. Jerome, what are you working on? That's not mine.
I'm working. I have a 12-page letter for Advent Comics. I'll get that to do this week. I have also what else do I have? I don't remember. Too late, I guess. I'm gonna have more Blade Undying in January to do, and Sir Chronicles. I need to finish that one.
Four Dead Bodies.
Sir Chronicles.
The Sarah Connor Chronicles. I want that finished too. I'm excited that you're finishing it up.
But Greg, he just when the Kickstarter for that one finished, he launched a Kickstarter for that horror anthology.
Right.
Yeah.
And he also I think he got as a called Ink miniseries.
Yeah, no, I want some more ink. I like that book.
I got those 3. I got those to do as well.
We need to get Jerome an apprentice that he can start training from the bottom up to handle some of these jobs. He could be a Mr. Miyagi. I mean, look at him. He looks like a Mr. Miyagi as it is right now.
Because Jerome ain't gonna last forever, so you're gonna have somebody to take on all that work when he's done.
Or go to the barber shop or whatever.
My favorite Jerome memory.
Between between Kickstarters, Travis takes the time to go to the barber shop to have his hair trimmed, and I had to skip that part between Cthulhu Nation and Cthulhu Invasion, Cthulhu Invades Oz. So that's not really been going.
I'm just saying, maybe you should think about not doing 200 pages next time. I'm just saying, maybe you do Act 1. We'll have different people. Joel's a good letterer.
Well, the thing is, when we talked about that first, you were there wasn't supposed to be a Return to Sender. There wasn't supposed to be Voodoo Nation. and there wasn't supposed to be the pits. I wasn't.
Right, well, hold
and I
on.
wasn't
The pits
supposed
is not
to-
my fault.
And I wasn't supposed to have a computer crash down on me the month before the Kickstarter started off. So, shit happens. But I'm super glad. 2020 was a huge year for me. I was on Kickstarter every month of the year.
Like Jerome. like Jerome and Chuck. Do you have something on Kickstarter in December? Jerome?
I think I will, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But yeah.
I think I need something in December. Like I feel like I need to be on there too. I don't know.
That's stupid. That's dumb. Just be happy for the time off, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Jerome killed this. Yeah. Hey, Wendy. I feel like everybody just woke up. Like if we would have went to 12:30, we definitely would have made it. Like there is so many new faces here.
It's all the Australians coming in at lunchtime.
Hey, so how do I pledge to this thing? I just heard about it now. Is this what is this? Did you guys just launch this thing? Is this?
So hold on. I wasn't going to share this, but I think I'm going to now. All right. So
Do you know you spelled Hulu wrong?
What? No. So I got a message today. It said, "Hi, this guy's name's Michael Mathis." Okay. They messaged me, "Hey, I wanted to ask you for your help. How do you post on Kickstarter? I'm currently homeless. I just need to find out if I can get $20 on this app possible. Much appreciated." I was taken back. I didn't know how to respond to that. That is the weirdest Kickstarter question that I've ever had.
I think that'd be better.
I informed him that it takes at least 30 days to get your money off of Kickstarter, and says probably not going to help you on your $20. And he said, "Thanks."
All right, guys. I think I'm going to head out. So
that story offended you that bad, Kurt?
Yeah, he's like, "That's
I gotta
it."
go.
Actually, I gave him an idea. He has to go write it quick.
Yeah, basically.
Thank you, Kurt. Yeah, we're all signing off in a minute. I'm going to say my goodbyes in just a second. So thank you, Kurt.
Okay.
Kurt.
Yeah.
Hi, Kurt.
What are you going to do with the next hot sauce next?
Dude, I've snorted it. I've chugged it. I snorted it up 2 nostrils. What am I going to do next? Shove it
Hot
up my
sauce
butt?
enema. Hot sauce enema.
Yeah, right? No, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
At some point in time, you'll have to start the OnlyFans so that you can do all the other
And I'll be the one to leak it.
Dude,
No
you
comment.
should see the video, Emily. I was in pain. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can send you if the clip still exists. I have this friend on Twitch that plays Super Mario World, and another friend sent him one of those it was like a ghost covered potato chip, like a ghost pepper covered potato chip.
Oh yeah,
And he
we just
sent
did
it to
that.
said friend to use on a charity stream, and the other friend just looks at it and goes, "Huh," and pops it in his mouth right then and there. Like he had no milk or anything anywhere near him. We thought he was dead.
That's terrifying.
It's terrible.
Yeah, my buddy just did that the other day for the end of our campaign.
It's crazy. All right, so I'm doing Broke Down next. Maybe Voodoo Nation's next. Who knows? Can we get Emily to do a cover for our Kickstarter? Yeah, you absolutely could get Emily to do a cover for our Kickstarter.
I'm very easily persuaded.
You just give her money. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Very easily.
she is for hire. Emily is for hire for things like pinups and covers and.
It's possible. We'll see. 2021, here we come, folks.
But yeah, so for
16, it's gonna be my year.
Sure.
For this is the end for Cthulhu Invades Oz. We're not going to bug your airwaves every time. We do have one more meeting that you guys don't know about. Well, that we're going to do audio commentary. So that'll happen. We'll get us together. I'm not sure how we're going to do that because we're going to need more than 10 to accomplish that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we break it up into chapters or do.
That might be a good call.
like maybe the first half and invite people from the first half and the next one. But we'll figure out how that's going to go and make sure that we get that to people. But from everyone here tonight, I appreciate you guys. For Orange Cone Production, this is our end of year. We're done for the year. So we're done for Orange Cone, which is exciting. Can't wait for Travis to show up tomorrow morning on my feed. Yeah, I mean, so that is it. So thank you guys for all, and thank you guys again for being part of this. It's an awesome, successful Kickstarter. I can't wait to get. I want to see who can get them all signed first. That's the big one.
Yeah.
So, all right. Peace and love. Anybody else want to say anything before I go? All right. Good night, guys.
Thanks, everybody.